You can just
Oh,
confirm.
oh,
Oh,
I
you didn't
just.
start. Hey.
Oh my God. I thought we had because I was getting comments. Hi everyone. I don't know. Just 1 minute. Oh my goodness. We're actually just even starting. Oh my God. Thank you, Coach Ekwi, for pointing that out. Hi guys. We actually left you guys. We were already in the studio and we thought we had actually gone live. Okay, welcome to BSY everybody. BSY stands for Beyond Service here. This is a webinar for core members, fresh graduates, ex-corpers as well, to actually help them launch out boldly. And on screen with me is the beautiful Coach Ekwi Lemonade. She's the founder of Digital Reach Community, support community. She has impacted well over 70K plus people, myself inclusive. I'm a product of Digital Witch, yes. So we are one Digital Witches and Wizards. So guys, please tell us where you're watching from. Oh, oof, I wasn't even checking the comments. Oh, I was carried away already. Tell us where you're watching from. Say hi to Coach Ekwi. If you don't Coach Ekwi, say hi. Okay. Oh, beautiful witch. Okay. Okay. Yes. 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 So Coach Ekwi, please, please, you have the stage
I don't know
now.
if I'm starting. I don't know. I don't know if I'm starting all over again
I
because
apologize.
apparently I don't know how to start all over. Anyway, guys, hi everyone. My name is Equitas, and like I said, for those that probably know me, they call me Digital Witch or they call me Lemonade. And yeah, good to see you all. Actually, I'm from Enugu State, Nsukka to be precise. I studied English and Literature at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. However, I'm currently a DevOps engineer and a customer success manager. And on the side, I'm the founder of Digital Witch and also a new trainer at Digital Witch. And what do we do at Digital Witch? So Digital Witch is all about equipping individuals like yourself, corporate students, no income earners with digital skills, and helping you explore opportunities globally. Like I used to tell people, sometimes I ask yourself some questions. Are you really, is there like there are no jobs, or probably you are not qualified for the jobs out there? So I like telling us the hard truth. So let me don't just talk too much about digital wage, and let's roll down to today's topic. So basically, you just invited me to talk about digital positioning. I'll be talking for like maybe 10 minutes without knowing that
Actually,
it's not recording.
back on
Yeah.
live. Yeah.
So
So sorry about
I didn't know
that,
that it
ma.
was so I'm not very good at repeating myself, like I said. So I just have to find a way to repeat myself. So basically, she invited me to talk to you guys about digital positioning. And I asked the question, what do we mean by digital positioning? It's a very serious question. And I said, apart from the fact that you is an individual and there's a way your family perceived you, there's a way your friends, those that know you perceived you, there's a different way you are being perceived digitally. I don't know if you are aware, but those of you that know me on Facebook, maybe sometimes today a lot of people see me, oh, Epitos is a street girl. Tomorrow, everybody Epitos is so foolish. Another day, Epitos is everybody wants to drag Epitos. Another day, we are offering, cozy and all of that. You understand? But these are just digital perception. Nobody actually know if Equitos is a very mean girl or if Equitos is a very strict or friendly person. They are all digitally perceived. And in as much as I'm perceived that on Facebook, if you come on LinkedIn, I'm perceived totally different. On LinkedIn, you can just go through my bio and be like, wow, this person has really gone far. This person is so serious with her life. This person is so this and that. And when I was on IG, before my account was bound, I was just a nobody, probably just somebody who is just out there cruising, posting pictures and going her daily going on with her daily activities and so on and so forth. So now we're talking about how are you perceived? And when we talk about how you are being perceived, we have, apart from the platform, like how you are being perceived digitally, like on Facebook, social media, X, LinkedIn, TikTok or any other places that you can be perceived digitally, we talk about how are people being, how people get to perceive you. Is it, are they perceiving you based on your skill set, or are they perceiving you based on your credibility, or based on the value you bring? I used to tell people that sometimes skills are not just what people want to know about you. You can have all these skills, but you are not credible. You are not honest, you are not dependable, you are not accountable. And I'm not sure anybody would want to work with somebody who is not credible, right? So sometimes credible have more power than even the skills. But sometimes there's this habit, character that you probably possess, and people would, okay, maybe he doesn't have the skills, but we can manage him and probably train him so that he can be up to the standard we want. But before somebody can take a chance on you, it means that the person sees something in you that is worth keeping, right? So, and that could be credibility. And apart from being credible, we talk about value. What value are you bringing to the table? Sometimes when a girl or a guy asks the other person, what are you bringing to the table? That question can be offensive, but in the real sense of hiring, firing, recruiting, collaboration, we are all bringing something to the table. Nobody is dashing anybody's money. I'm not sure anybody where I'm working, nobody dashing me money. And I'm sure I'm also not dashing them my skills. Is power change hand? They're exchanging my skills for the money they are paying me, right? So there is
Exactly.
nobody, you have to bring value. And now, because we are talking about you bringing value, we ask yourself, like I explained previously, I studied literature in school. And if I look at my life, I'll ask, let's be realistic. As a literary student, where do you think I'll fit in Nigeria labor market? Apart from the fact that in Nigeria, you don't you don't have to do whatever you study. You can fit in anywhere. But let's be realistic. Apart from those that study medicine, mathematics, stats, accounting, law, nursing, and so on and so forth. The rest of us are just there. Anything goes. And now, apart from the fact that the rest of us are just there, if you ask yourself, you tell yourself the truth, what skills, let's put it this way, are you really, really employable? Because it's easy to say, oh, there is no job. I have been applying for 30 jobs in a day since I graduated, since you, you. So I have been, just a moment.
Okay. Okay, we'll give Coach Ekwe 1 minute. But while we're waiting
Okay,
for her, okay,
yeah,
she's
I'm
here.
back.
Okay, welcome
So as
back.
I was saying, it's easy to feel like, oh, there are no job in Nigeria. I've been applying for so many jobs and I'm, yet to get jobs. But if we try not to be biased about how we feel, because I understand, job hunting is very, very stressful, it's very, very draining. But if we want to be honest, change the role, become a recruiter, recruit
Mm.
yourself, and be honest. Are you really, really employable? Because being a graduate doesn't guarantee that, oh, you are not qualified to work in any company. That's not how it works. For me to hire you, it simply means that I have to see a value in you that I need that will benefit my company. So if I'm not seeing any value, hiring or recruiting is not a pity party where, oh, because you are hungry or because you are jobless or because you need money, I come and work for me, so let me pay you. Nobody gonna do that unless it's a family business. But if it's not a family, even if I want to hire somebody, of course I'll have a need. And if I have a need, it means that you have the solution, right? It's because you have a solution to my need. That's why I want to hire you.
So, yeah.
So now we now continue. We now say, think of digital positioning as your digital handshake. When you see somebody shake the person, and before somebody speaks to you, they are doing what? They are checking you out. You
Mm.
know, before somebody, like for instance, now on Facebook, there are a lot of people that when they hear digital witch, they first of all say Holy Ghost, fire.
Fine.
So before they make that decision to talk to me, they probably have to go through my work, go through digital witch pages to understand what we're doing. So
Yeah.
it's more like this, you have a personality deposited somewhere, and people get to see that personality even before they get to know you. So that is
Yeah.
your digital. You know, when sometimes you hear people saying, we want to brand you, we want, your brand image is not looking the way it should be. We want to do something else. We want to rebrand you. We want to, it's more like, let's put it this way, your digital positioning is bad, it's smelling, it's terrible. So we want to cleanse you of all the bad perceptions. Maybe I've done something in the past, and anytime people want to remember your name, they only remember that bad thing you have done, right? So that is your own kind of, that is your digital positioning that people have retained in their memory. And somebody out there
Mm.
who is very good with PR and brand management might, okay, fine, maybe I can just take a chance on this person and try to rebrand her image, something like that. So now this is your chance to show who you are, what you do, and why you are worth hiring or collaborating with. People sometimes say, oh, I want to collaborate with you. And when people come to me and be like, okay, can I collaborate with you? The truth is this: it's easier for people want to collaborate with you. But the truth is most Nigerians don't really understand what is collaboration. Somebody coming to you
Yeah.
to collaborate with you are only coming because they want to use you to gain their own whatever they want to gain. But collaboration is a mutual benefit. It has to be mutually beneficial to both parties. So I can't see myself collaborating with somebody who is not bringing value to my business or bringing
Uh-huh.
value to what I'm doing. So it simply means that I'm using my own value to add value to yours, and you're not bringing any value. And this has to be exactly what I've explained, has to do with EV hiring. You have to be able to bring something to the table before I can say, okay, fine, maybe we can work together. Or we like, it has to be intentional. Do you understand? You have to
Yeah.
be, it has to be intentional. And sometimes you may not even be very good at what you do, or may not have, but the way you present yourself, sometimes there's all these perceived illusions, right? So you may not even be what, there are a lot of people online that we are all perceiving them to be happy, we are perceiving them to be rich, we are perceiving them to be this, we are perceiving them to be that. But on the contrary, when you see them, you will agree with me that they are not exactly what they seem, right?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So now we move to why digital positioning matters to you as somebody that wants to work, especially not just somebody that wants to work, not just somebody that just wants to work, but somebody that wants to work remotely, right? Can you guys hear me? I want to be sure that somebody's hearing me.
Can you guys hear Coach Ekwe? Can you guys hear us? Oh, yes, yes. They said yes. It's not about being a graduate. Are you employable? Mm. People are taking
Okay.
notes. Yes, yes.
Okay. So now we're talking about why digital positioning matters for remote work. Now it's a remote roles requires trust without what physical presence. Why am I talking about remote work? Based on the fact that people will have you are a say copper, ex-copper students, maybe job seekers, and now for you to be able to work remotely, there's a lot that involved. Sometimes people be like, okay, why I want to work remotely is because I want to have enough time. I want to have enough time to take care of my kids. I want to have enough time to do this. I want to have enough time to do that. I want to have enough. So when we talk about remote work, there's a lot of things involved. It's not more like, oh, I cannot take care of my kids. The truth is, most of us doing remote work, we are still doing more like 9 to 5. You
That's very
understand?
true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me personally, like I said before the class started or this section started, I'm working. And I started working by 1 p.m. and I'm going to be here until 10, 9, 10. Meaning I'm going to be proactively be on my system, talking to customers, having meetings, and doing a lot. I don't have to be because I'm working remotely, then the next minute I'm in the market, the next minute I'm sitting before the TV. No, that is not how it works. So
Mm.
now when you are being able to build yourself, build, how you are being perceived and all of that, we move fast or forward to that part that you have to work remotely and you understand how they all make together, right? So he said remote roles require trust without physical. So now I hired you to work for me. How am I expected to trust that you are doing your job, even without me being present with you? Do you understand what I'm saying? It
Yes,
means
yes.
that I just have to assume you are doing the job. Whether you are doing the job, you are not doing the job, I don't know. Especially for those of us that are being paid per hour, you can tell me you work for 8 hours and get paid 8 hours, but you probably work for 2 hours. Do you understand? But based on the way you present yourself, you are building that level of trust that people will trust the fact that like, you can do your job without being micromanaged, without somebody telling you what to do, without you going to go and sleep, without you going to the market, without you doing otherwise. Then we now have recruiter hire you based on your online footprints. So, like I said, people don't just hire you because you are beautiful. They don't just hire you because you you are tall or you are young. People hire you because what they have perceived online that you are capable of doing, right? I have a lot of students on, in fact, my community made LinkedIn very popular in Nigeria in these few years because for you to be my community, LinkedIn is part of the thing you have to create, you have to sell yourself on LinkedIn, blah, 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 things like that. Now,
That's
if you are consistently posting on LinkedIn, talking about what you do, you are building your online footprint.
true.
And when you are sleeping, somebody is probably like me. Yesterday, I was just going through my LinkedIn and I saw I had like 700,000, is it 700 and is it 700,000 views? 700 and
Oh,
something thousand views in
um,
28 days, something like that. And
oh,
because I have enough time, I said, let me check who is viewing my profile. And I noticed that my CEO, my other people were viewing, and I was like, let's see this one they do for my profile, right? So now let's assume that I'm looking for a job and I have 700,000 people view my profile. What that means
mm,
that I have potential recruiters, potential employers looking at my profile, right? So
yeah,
if I have made it clear that I'm currently open for a job or I'm job hunting, there is no way I will not get somebody that'll be like, okay, I think this girl have what we need. But remember, the only way somebody will reach that conclusion is based on what they perceived me to be capable of doing. So if you're not putting anything about yourself, about your skills, about what you can offer, your value, nobody will perceive you. Nobody will trust that you can do something, right? Then another one is clear positioning. You have, I mentioned recruiters hires you based on your online footprints. Then the third one is clear positioning. That is more visibility and better opportunities. So sometimes you just need to find a way to be strategic. You don't need to be everywhere and anywhere just to show yourself. But there are some persons that understand what it means to be very strategic. I want to work for InterSwitch. I'm giving you guys example. I want to work for InterSwitch. I want to work for MoneyPoint, and I'm on LinkedIn now. And all these people on LinkedIn. At any time, CEO of MoneyPoint or recruiter for MoneyPoint makes a post, and we decide to go to that post and drop a mind-blowing comment. I'm not just talking about comment. There's the kind of comments you drop. Let's assume that somebody is saying something about customer support, and you understand how customer support work and things that can make their customer support even more better. You go to such a post and drop a very detailed comment, and the person may not say anything, but they just noticed you. And you
yeah,
keep doing that, they keep noticing you. And one day you can make a suggestion and be like, wow, this suggestion, we are looking for something. I've had a student, there's something I used to teach my students as well. I used to tell them that sometimes when you know see job, use to you can create job for yourself. You can also do what create job for yourself. How do you create job for yourself? Sometimes you can send what we call um um unsolicited application. Unsolicited application means there is no open role for this company, but you want to work for this company and you think you have something that will benefit them, you can reach out to
mm,
somebody. and tell the person, oh, I'm qualified for this and this. Or you can also create a role by looking for a loopholes. More like, I remember when one of our students got a job with Seller. There's this platform where it's like people sell digital products on, it's called Seller,
Yeah, so,
and their customer support is very terrible. I remember I was the one that told my student I had issue with Seller, and for 1 week I've not, their response rate is 0. And during this section I was complaining, and I used this Seller experience to give them example. I said, for instance, I'm having a very terrible experience with Seller support, but you know that one of you can actually use this as an opportunity to reach out to CEO recruiters that works with Seller and tell them what you found out and what you are capable of doing. This guy
hmm,
wrote this guy took it seriously, wrote a very detailed proposal telling them what he can do, that has to do with SLA, response time, blah, 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 blah. And after sending it to 3 people that work with Seller, they asked him to book an appointment, in an online call,
hmm,
and he booked. And before, I think I shared the review in my community. At the end of the day, they asked this guy how much would they pay him to join their customer support team? I think the yeah boy, because for me, I started calling him yeah guy because I expected him to mention bigger money. He told them
yeah.
whether it's 350K, and they didn't
Ah,
negotiate. They paid him 350K, gave him laptop, gave him a router and all of that. But for me, I was really vexed that you had such opportunity and don't need to wait for come your head now 350K. Anyway,
350.
he had, that I think that was his first work experience. So he never greedy. For
Mm,
me, person like me, I don't spoil. I don't, I'm greedy already, so I understand. So,
yeah.
but so sometimes you you create opportunities by yourself. When they say when Mohammed cannot go to, I mean, when Mountain, how did they put that? When Mohammed cannot go to the
I go
mountain
to
will come to
mountain. Mountain will
Mohammed.
go to
So
the Mohammed.
so
Yes.
so sometimes you create opportunity, but before you can be able to create opportunity, it means that you have something to offer. And the only way you
True.
can offer people something is when you have cooked yourself. Yeah, like someone like me, the truth is, guys, I'm from a very poor home. I like to, because sometimes people will say, oh, because maybe you are born into opportunities, or maybe how do they call privilege. The truth is not true. That's not true. If you are on your Facebook, it's not true. Your family condition might be better than mine. But whatever that made me to be where I am today is my skill set. If I start counting how many skills I have, we probably have to sleep here listening to only the skills and certifications I've gotten over like 5 years and all of that. So the truth is, the only thing that we be able, for people that are coming from my kind of family, the only thing that you probably have that will help you fight the other guys, other guys, they have the money, they probably have the skill too. You don't have money, but the only thing you may have is just your brain. So the only thing that help you is you using your brain. It maybe cost you nothing, just maybe your data. So you learn as much as you can, so that when you finally decide to talk, you'll be an authority. You know what you are saying. Because,
Mm,
just imagine yourself from as a copper, after being a copper, imagine yourself going to Money Point, see or take Money Point. Please, are you, this is how you guys, this is how many of you coppers, this is how you guys, write your own unsolicited. Oh, I finished serving. I'm looking for a job. Are you people hiring? Do you think if they're hiring, they'll just, oh, thank you, come and submit your CV. And when you finally
they will
submit your
never
CV,
respond.
nothing is in your CV. There is nothing.
PPA.
You know,
PPA.
I just want to, I just want to make, in abroad, these Oyibo
Mhm.
guys, they are far, far ahead of us in the sense that they don't, their life doesn't revolve in going to school like us. In Nigeria, everybody wants to go to university. Your 4 years in the university is just you going to school, no work experience, nothing. In my company, some of my companies I've worked with, my team leader, they are not graduates.
Mm,
Most of them are still schooling, maybe doing their part-time school or they're still schooling. They're not graduates, but they would say they started working when they were in the secondary school, something like secondary school. They have all this summer break, they work, they are gathering experience. So when they are already in the university, they are already have all the needed experience and they can now manage you that is a degree holder. So you being in school is not an excuse for you not to do better with your life. Some of you, when somebody say come and volunteer, once you hear that they are not paying, your life be like, how can I be using my data to work for somebody for free? But you're using your data to drag somebody for free online. That is the problem. So what
That's
will you
true.
dragging out to your CV? Nothing. But when you use your data to work for somebody, even if the person is not paying you, the experience you gain from the job we get to a better one that will pay you. This is where we are getting it wrong. Do you understand? So now moving forward. So in remote work, no one sees your hustle in person. Like, like me, I work remotely. Nobody they see whether I'm tired, whether I want to sleep. Nobody see because we are not physically present. When you are working in the office, somebody can I worked with Microsoft at some point. So when I was working with Microsoft, and we work in the office, maybe when you come to me when I'm sitting down and I'm tired, you know that Equitos is tired. You know that Equitos is having a headache. You know that Equitos is resting on her desk. But when you work remotely, nobody knows all of that until maybe now you go use your mouth talk. Oh, please, I want to go and see a doctor. I'm having migraine. Just you have to say something. So now everything you are doing is online, right? When it has to do with remote work. So they say your online presence must speak loudly on your behalf. So whatever you are doing, when you start to work remotely and what you are doing is not speaking or representing you as if you are physically present, that means you're not doing anything at all. It means that nobody knows you. I know when people don't know you, you are going to be it's going to be easy for them to replace you. Do you understand? When people don't know you, it's going to be easy for people to replace you. So recruiters and clients rely on what they see online to make hiring decisions. So in terms of when you start applying for jobs, especially remote jobs that you don't have to be physically, people get to do what? People get to gauge you, get to, I used to tell people something. I used to tell my student that I have a problem, and that problem is that I just want to get opportunities to be interviewed. Because once somebody interview me, I'm sure I'm going to getting the job. But the problem is getting the interview. But once somebody gets to interview me, I'm so sure I'm going to get because I have a way of selling myself, right? And sometimes it's not just about selling yourself. This is how you are going to position yourself online based on the skills you have gathered, based on the kind of comments you drop, based on the kind of posts you like, based on the kind of the posts you share, how you interact with people. People, wow, I think this person might be a very good addition to our company. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
People want to know that when they add you to their company, there's something like there's a shift, there's going to be a shift. So now if they can't easily understand your value, you are already losing out. So when people can't understand your value, the truth is that if nobody understand your value, simply means I have no value.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because
Hmm.
value is not measured by how we see ourselves. It's how others sees us. Because I'm already a Pluto, so let me get myself. So now, if I want to measure my own value, I already know maybe I hold myself in a very high esteem. But then, if you who is looking at me don't see any value in me, or you don't see that you benefit anything from me, I'm not sure you want to associate with me because you have
Absolutely.
weighed the options. I'd be like, if I decide to work with Equitas, what am I going to gain? The thing is, in real life, all of us, everybody, every human being are selfish, including you, me. All of us are selfish. The only thing is, there are people that max their own selfishness with wickedness. There are people who are maxing their own selfishness with pretense. There are people who are masking their own selfishness with humanity. Do you understand? But the thing
Yeah.
in every single thing we are doing, there's atom of what selfishness. There's always this part of us that want to think, what are we going to benefit? So now ask yourself, if we are all selfish, why can I hire you when I don't have anything to benefit from you? It's a simple question. And if you answer that question honestly, you understand that people, companies, recruiters are not the problem. You are the problem. You have nothing to offer anybody. And you know, it's only in Nigeria that somebody will say, "Oh, Equitas, please outsource a job to me. I have 5 children. I'm not eating for 30 days. So sorry. Sorry. I don't outsource job like that. Even if I have 30 jobs to give, I'm not because you are not eating, give you my job. I'm not because you have 5 children, not me give you belay. I can still
So
tell
that
you
you give
sorry
us
to
food.
empathize with you. But that's I can even give you food. But
Yes.
I just trying to say that it doesn't work that way. You know, everything is
Yeah.
not about blackmailing, everything is not about pity party. Sometimes we are professionally talking about value. So, what value are you bringing to the table? Right? So, now we talk about elements of digital positioning. So, when we talk about uh, digital positioning, we have elements, some things that will make you to position yourself digitally in a strong way. Things that will make you. So when I have a standout LinkedIn profile, you know, sometimes your LinkedIn profile, but then, you know, when we talk about LinkedIn profile, we're not just talking about picture. But some of you now, anything when you hear profile, you think, oh, should I enter studio and take pictures? Sorry. When you take pictures in the studio, doesn't take away the fact that you are empty. I hope you know. Fine picture doesn't change the fact that I don't have anything to offer a company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody can. Even, in fact, you don't even need to enter studio now to take picture. You can just upload one of your most ugliest picture and AI will help you and edit it. And your Viola, you have entered your own studio. So your studio pictures doesn't complete your profile picture or make your LinkedIn stand out. So what makes your LinkedIn stand out is your skills. You understand? Your skill set,
Yeah.
what you are all about, you as a person, what are you always talking about? Are you interested in becoming a virtual assistant? So, what have you done to become a virtual assistant? Are you interested in becoming a DevOps engineer? What have you done to become a DevOps engineer? Are you interested in traveling the world? Have you even gotten your international passports? You understand? So when you talk
Yeah.
about profile, we're talking about you as a human, profiling everything about you, how people perceive you on LinkedIn, on other platforms. Then we talk about a portfolio or proof of your work. So on the same LinkedIn, you talk about things you have been able to achieve. You know, I find it weird when people be like, "Oh, I've never worked before, and that is why I don't have experience." Oh, I have never worked before, and that is why I don't have any work experience. I've been trying to have a, I've been trying to to gather skills and all of that, but I have never ever worked before. And you know, the thing is, when people say things like that, sometimes it sounds like it's okay, but the truth is this: sometimes it's not just like that. You know, I usually ask people, "Have you done boy boy before?" You know what is boy boy? For those people that used to go and
Yes.
help people to sell, you know,
Sales
sometimes
boys.
from
Yeah.
sales boy, or have you done sales girl? You don't sell fuel before. Does your mom or your dad own a shop? You know,
Yeah.
so if your mom, your dad own a shop and you visit their shop, you help them to sell, or you have done boy, you know, there's something I used to tell students. If you have ever done boy boy in your life, I'm not sure there's any part of, apart from something that is highly technical. But when it comes to sales, somebody have done boy boy before is more knowledgeable than you when it comes to sex because they embodied a lot. They embodied affiliate marketing, also here, you know, ne can't get with a warehouse. There's no warehouse anywhere. They're just going to
Onitsha
the next
boys.
shop. Yeah. They're going to the next shop, connect it from Emeka, add their own small commission, and sell it to you.
That's
And
affiliate
guess what?
marketing.
That is the best affiliate marketing. And now they are not only making gain on you, they are retaining you as their customer. Because if they send it to Emeka shop, you may go there and you will never come to their shop again. Next
True.
time you go to Emeka shop. So you see, those guys are very smart. Then you know the way they text you, "Nne, ka mmanya gu fan. Nne, ka make you know." They will take your, that is customer service.
Service,
That
actually.
is the rawest, that is like the rawest form of customer service. And when somebody is passing, come, let me show you this one. Don't you like this one? We have it in purple. That is sales. So
Mm,
if you have done boy before, my dear, the only thing you just need to do is take your time. Get somebody who is very good in writing a very good CV to convert that your raw experience into a professional experience.
mm.
You can call the shop Emeka Ogbinigwe and Sons. It's still
Limited.
business. It's
Yes.
business. So the only thing is you, because the thing is you must be able to defend it. Of course you can defend it because this is something you have been doing for like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And some of you will be where you're doing boy, they'll make you a manager. You'll be managing others. That is still manager. Is there, there's no other managerial role you that is bigger than that one. The only difference now is that you probably do not have the digital skills to digitalize all this
Mm,
experience. And that is where digital which comes in. We help you digitalize all the experience you have, teach you all
mm,
the tech, digital stuff, and you add it to what you know. But the thing is, you are still going to be doing exactly what you're already doing there. Then we also talk about consistent personal branding. Some people already have a tone. When you talk about branding, I think you guys have a topic on branding actually. So I don't want to go deep. But when you talk about branding, you talk about your personal, everything about your personality, your photo, the kind of photo you post, your tone, your niche. Like when you come on Facebook or other places I post, people already know how I sound. I'm so sure if any day I decide to hand my page over to somebody, people will know that this is not Equitos.
absolutely.
People know that this is not Equitos talking. Because there's no day I'll not post something that I don't know, sometimes it's in my head they touch true. Because sometimes everywhere will just be so quiet and I'll just drop one thing and everywhere don't scatter. I don't know what is wrong with me actually. I don't know, right? But I just feel like we cannot all be normal every day. Sometimes score your head. Maybe something I don't know. Maybe it's when I'm stressed because I'm always working and like I'm with my phone and I'm working and maybe as I don't work, I'm stressed and I'll just go on Facebook and I'll drop something out of my stressed, brain and everywhere I start up immediately. And the funny thing is, I'll drop such a post and I'll come back and work and before I know that what I post is causing wahala. These are spoils. There's nothing I can do about it. So now, another time, sometimes you post your testimonials and proof. People want to be sure that whatever you said you are doing is working. So if you are
Yeah.
telling me you're a virtual assistant, I want to see the people you have assisted and they were able to achieve success. It's not just by mouth. And sometimes, even when you are starting, you can also be real. How real can you be? I keep telling people when you are learning something, record yourself show doing.
Mm,
Anybody can come and, especially on LinkedIn, anybody can come and claim anything, can claim that their papa is the next president, and nobody cares, and nobody going to question you. But the thing is, I'm not going to hire you because you said. I want to see it. And how do I see it? By you showing. It can be through writing, it could be through, just evidence, it could be people talking about it. Like they just have to be something that we prove that you are doing exactly what you said you're doing, right? So, and like I keep saying, nobody can sell your market past you. Nobody can sell your skill set more than you do. No matter
mm,
how many people work for digital, which I'm not sure there's anybody that will talk about digital which as much as I do because now me get time, it's my baby, and nobody know what is going to happen in digital week tomorrow apart from me because I'm the one going to do it. I'm the one going to come up and I come up with all ideas, right? So that means that nobody will sell digital. So I'm not going to become on social media and say, please come and help me and sell digital witch. The thing is, I will tell people to sell digital witch, but then I only want them to maybe create awareness in their own niche about digital witch, but I don't expect them to sell it more than I do.
yeah.
Because even those that we hear about it on their wall, we still come back to hear more about it from me.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Do you get? So, as somebody who is learning skills, who wants to, you have a target. And because you have a target, you need to be very strategic. Sometimes there's this company I wanted to work for until this year, I changed my mind because until last year, I changed my mind because I got a better job. But as at 2 years ago, I was so obsessed with wanting to work for that company. Why? Because they do 4 days work week. they work Monday to Thursday. That's just the only reason. It's not like the company is the best after jollof rice, but I just like the fact that I only have to work Monday to Thursday, meaning Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is free. And
Yeah.
when I checked the company out, they said you need to have Salesforce administrator's certificate. Because I
Hmm.
wanted to work for that company, guess what? I had to go and register for Salesforce. That's how strategic I am, because I wouldn't want, when I finally decide to apply for their job, they will not think, oh, because you don't have Salesforce certificate,
Yeah,
we
of
cannot
course.
hire you.
Yeah.
The only thing is that before the certificate or whatever, if I even took the exam, I've already gotten something better, and I'm no longer interested because what I'm being paid is like 2 times what they were offering. So there's no need, it's just a day. After that, I just start seeing Friday, just 6 days. Friday, just Friday, just Friday now, because at least I'm earning, things like that. But I'm just trying
Yeah.
to tell you how strategic people can be.
Yeah.
So you that is looking for something, now you wear the shoe, now you know as they pay you, and now you know how strategic you need to be for you to be able to achieve that success you want. Then another one is active present. You need to be proactive. I'm no longer active on LinkedIn. Most people that know me on LinkedIn now knew me as far back as 2018, 2019, 2020. Jesus. 2020, especially during COVID, I was
Um,
posting certification every single day. Then we were
hmm.
working in, well, Microsoft kept us in 4 points. So although during the lockdown, we're in the hotel, 4 points by Radisson, you know, we stayed in the hotel for like 3 months, 4 months. So that period we stayed in the hotel, I was taking course every day. I was writing like 2 certification exams every Saturday for the next 5 months we're in that hotel. So there's no
Hmm.
single day you come to my LinkedIn, I'm not posting a new certificate. I'm not talking about a Udemy certificate. I'm talking about real certificate you pay dollars, thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars to write. I was
Hmm.
all my salary, I was using it to pay for certificate. Like I was naturally known, but now I don't drop all those ones for now. Make una no, I only come once in a while, talk about digital wage, like today, connect with people, go my way. I feel like I've I've grown past showing off. Now is
Yeah.
if I want to
Just
post my
speak
certificate,
already.
I just post certificate and go. I don't really share it in such a way that everybody will know that, oh, she have gotten another certificate or no. But you now look like only you. Now, just want to post that. I just post it. You want to share with your followers? No, I'll just say no, skip. I'll just skip that part. I don't want you to share with anybody. Just add it to my profile. I just want, in case anybody is want to hire and they are looking for someone that have this certificate, they will know that, oh, I have it too. And in case I'm open for hiring, they're able to see that. But the truth is that you need to be proactive. And the honest truth again is nothing will skyrocket your efforts and your success like knowledge. Knowledge, when someone say knowledge is power, the person wasn't joking.
Absolutely.
When people said knowledge is power, they were actually not joking and they were right. Like I keep saying, I know the kind of place I'm from, and the only thing that made me who I am today is my skill set. I can never lie. Many of you know me. I no feel like the only thing, like as I'm talking to you now, if I tell you with my full chest that by next week I will get a job, bet me you I'll get a job next week. In fact, this
Yeah.
afternoon, Steph, I wrote a test. I wrote yeah, I wrote an interview test. So the thing is, the you need to intentionally want to invest in yourself digitally, especially now you know what you want. Do you want to work online or do you want, even if offline? Because even if you want to work offline, the same way you are building yourself, positioning yourself online, the same way you are going to position yourself offline, because people need to know that you are trustworthy before they allow you
Mhm.
into their space. You get the point. So it's not
Yeah.
about an online thing. It's both online and offline. In case if you want to work online, of course, your focus should be online, have a very good record online. But even if you want to relate with people offline, people also want to be sure that you are honest, you are trustworthy, you are dependable, you are accountable, and they won't let you into their space and you come and scatter everywhere. You understand? So it's not like it's something that just happened online and a different, as it be online, as it be offline. You cannot be a terrible person online and say you are a good person offline. Even though sometimes it may not be the same, but the truth is a wicked person online is also a wicked person offline. Maybe the limits or the impact of the wickedness may not be the same, right? So you
Yes.
don't need to be everywhere, but you need to be clear. Your LinkedIn should tell your story, your portfolio should show what you have done, and your tone and messaging should align with what you want to be known for. Even a few endorsements or recommendation can set you apart. So, but like I said, before people can say, "Oh, I want to give you endorsement," I cannot endorse waiting I don't know.
Absolutely.
I cannot, sometimes anyway, sometimes I want to be a nice person, especially when it's my student and I'm seeing this person is, putting effort and, oh, can you be my reference? Can you reference me? I can actually do that for you. But the truth is, I'm only doing that because I just feel like you are my student. I'm not endorsing you because I know you too well to attest for your character or, no, I'm just doing that because you are my student and it's my responsibility to ensure that you're achieving success. Like I owe you that. Apart from that, I'm not sure like I have to come and start endorsing you. I know to know you like that. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Then the
Mhm.
next part, don't worry, we are going to end very soon. They gave me an hour and you almost so remote
I'm
work
making
essential for job seekers. So when you talk about remote work essentials, things you need to know for you to be able to work remotely, for those interested in working remotely, something that is very essential, very important. When you talk about essential, I'm talking about something very, very important. They say focus on skills and not location. Now, so many of you be like, oh, the only reason why I'm not getting opportunities because I'm in Osuka, or the only reason why I'm not getting it because I'm in Ebonyi. Do you know how many of my students? I have a student who stays in Ebonyi that makes more than, I don't like calling money naira because if I call it naira, the university they take plenty. No, if I call
big.
naira, it looks big, but when I say I have a lot of students earning as high as $4,000, $5,000, many of you will think it's a lie. I can also share
Per
my
month.
screen. I can also share my screen. I don't know if I can share my screen here. Let me see if I can share my screen.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Um, share one monitor.
Okay.
Oh, they said open system. And I don't know. Just a moment. I may have to. Okay. So I'm trying to select Upwork. Okay.
Okay.
Can you guys see my screen?
Not yet.
Can you see it now?
No. No, we can't see it. Are you using your system or your phone?
I'm using my system.
Okay. I can't see your screen yet. Let me see. Um, no. We still can't see your screen.
It's showing that my screen is showing.
Showing.
Share screen. Yeah. Present.
I'm trying to.
I'm seeing. I'm seeing Upwork.
I can't see from my end.
Can you see it
Um,
now?
no, we cannot.
Oh, sorry.
What? I don't know.
This tab
I'm
is
listening from my end.
from my end. From my end, I can actually see it displaying. It's showing edit name. It says stop screen. View. Yeah. View Upwork tab. Can you see it now?
No, we still can't see it.
I don't know how else again. I don't know how this works from your end, but you can see remove from stage. Okay, let me know if I can remove.
We still can't see your screen. No, I don't think it's from there. Okay, from the comments, if you can see the screen, please say you can. Let's know. Okay, we're trying to find a way to let Coach Ekri share her screen. I don't know why it's not displaying. 1 minute, guys. Okay. I don't know why is it not working from my end. Hi, Coach Ekri. Can you still hear me? Let me see. Oh, I have to add her back on stage. 1 moment, guys. I think I have to add Coach Ekri. Oh, she logged off. Okay. Coach Ekri logged off. I don't know. So I think there was some technical issues and she needed to share her screen. 1 moment, guys. I'm trying to get her back on stage. If you're still with us, please comment. Let me know. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Let me know. Okay. Okay, I think she's back. Okay, guys, I think Coach Eku is back. Yes, she is. Okay, let me add her back on stage. Add to stage. Awesome. Okay. She's back.
Okay.
Welcome back,
So
Ma. I think it was
thank you.
difficult to share screen. I don't know. I don't know why it was
Yeah,
difficult for me.
I was trying to, I don't know, but from my end, I think you need to approve the screen. I think you have to
Oh,
approve it from your end because I can see it from my end, but I'm not sure every other person. It seems like it's on the backstage. The screen is on the backstage.
that stage.
I don't know
Oh,
if you, I don't know if you can see it and approve it to display.
I'm actually trying to.
Anyways,
Okay. Please just carry
anyways,
on.
since
Okay, yeah.
yeah, since sharing screen is hard, I wanted to share some of students, you know, their stuff or their earning or their skill set, irrespective of their location, right? So when we talk about digital positioning and things you need to do, right? You really, really, really do not need to consider about your location as long as your location have access to internet, your location have access to light, your location have access to, you have access to a very good phone, you have access to a laptop. You really, really do not need to think about location. First, what you should be thinking about is what? Focus on skills. Is that okay? Your focus should be on skills. Then the next one is learn to communicate asynchronously. When we talk about communicating asynchronously, remember we are not talking about you being able to communicate physically. Oh, how are you doing? Equi, good morning. You hug the person, you pet. No. How do you communicate online? As a remote worker, you can communicate using emails, communicate using Slack, Microsoft Teams, Google Charts, and so on and so forth, Notion for project management, and so on and so forth. So it's not just about you speaking English and you having social etiquette, like physically communicating with people, friendly. Sometimes you also need to learn how to be friendly online, sustain communication without seeing the other person's physically present. You don't need to see, sometimes anyway, it's not just you, but I also feel like that sometimes you feel like people you work with remotely so well. You even imagine their height, you imagine their size, and when you finally see them physically, you'll be shocked. When
Actually.
I was working in my previous company, we traveled to Brazil for company summit, and I bought some things for my teammates. And some of them that I thought they were maybe tall, they were actually very short. Those that I thought they were plump, fat, slim, like it was just a mixture. But what saved me was the fact that I just bought different sizes. They told me they like all those, then it used to be this. this top or clothes that looks like Ghanaian material. They used to just like top, like they sew it. It had to pocket like that. So they saw me wearing it during one of our meetings, and they said they like it. And I started to buy different sizes. And somehow I bought it with different each person in mind. But when we got there, everything changed. So if I buy for you and I just say you fat, you can't slim, I'll carry the other house, anyone that is slim and give you. I was so shocked. Like I was actually shocked. Even the people that I thought maybe they were taller than me, they were apparently shorter. Those that I thought they were short, one was even 6 feet plus, and that is that. But the whole idea is that you should be able to learn how to communicate with people friendly. You don't need you don't need to make them feel like you are not approachable, or whenever they need to talk to Equitos, they feel like, wow, Equitos is such a bluff. She's going to snowball, she's not going to listen, or she's not going to be friendly. No, you don't even have to be friendly with everybody, but don't make people see you as you are unapproachable, especially when you work remotely. That is why sometimes when they want to hire you as a remote worker, one of the things they ask you is, are you a team player? They want to know that you are a very good team player. You can easily collaborate with people. You can easily relate with people. You can easily, seamlessly, proactively achieve a common goal with your team members, right? You're not always my own kind of person. Another one is be tech savvy. Many of you are not tech savvy, but it's funny. There was a time I made a post and I saw a lot of young people saying a lot of things about, I don't know how to use laptop. I don't know how to, and I want to ask, what do you know how to use? Because the truth is, it's sad when, and so many of you are really proud when you want to say it. Yeah, I've never used laptop before. You're a graduate. Sometimes, in as much as I used to tell people I'm not from such a wealthy family, but I'm so grateful for the kind of father I have. During my own time, after secondary school, when you're writing job, waiting for job results, you go and learn computer appreciation. I don't know if people don't do that anymore. I think a lot of
People
people
get
don't do that
it.
anymore.
Yeah.
Computer
They don't.
appreciation, where you learn how to type, you learn how to browse, you learn how to browse, you learn how to type, you learn how to you also learn how to, like correct draw, all those plenty. During my own time, the only thing I was really interested in was correct draw. I was always drawing and doing it. But then as time goes on, when I started using computer, it didn't feel like it's something odd or something I've never used before. So at this age and time, if you don't know how to use computer, you don't have to be, but do you know how to just type? You don't need to be fast. You know, when it comes to fast in typing, it comes with proactiveness. Like the more you type, the more you get faster, the more you get to learn your key. Like me now. I remember when I was in secondary school, and we were doing is it typewriting? I don't know how to type. I have to use finger like this, and I'll be clicking one. But I have a particular student that can close her eye and she can type.
Um,
But as I'm talking to you now, I don't need to look at my system. I don't even, if I'm typing my letters or in emails now, I don't even look at system, and I'm typing and I'm very good at it. How did I how did I get to this point? I don't know. But I feel like it's because it's constant practice. I'm always typing. If you give me biro to write, I don't even understand my own handwriting anymore because I can't remember the last time I wrote something. And if I'm writing, I'll be like, my handwriting used to be fine. This one won't even resemble the Coco handwriting anymore because I'm always typing, right?
typing, yeah.
So come to you being a being tech savvy. It's not just about you typing. Sometimes just you being able to navigate common gadgets, common computer. Somebody ask you now, what is a Microsoft team? You'll be asking, ah, is it team? Like we are in a group, or somebody ask you to send common email. You'll be looking at your email. Someone say schedule email. I know many of you don't even know what it means to schedule an email. Someone may
Yeah.
ask you, can you schedule email for me today, so that I get it on Monday? You think, oh, maybe let me send it on Monday now. The person did not say send it on Monday. The person said prepare an email today, schedule it to be sent automatically on Monday. Do you know how to do that? You
Mm.
don't. I want you to book an appointment. Oh, I don't. I want you to to manage my emails, organize it, and keep it clean. You don't. So, what do you really know how to do? Why should I hire you? You want me to? I should hire you because I am jobless
What's going
and
on?
I'm looking for a job, or I'm a graduate. Nobody cares. See, anyway, if you want to work in a Nigerian company, they
Hmm.
probably care that you're a graduate. But when it comes to remote work, nobody apparently care if you're a graduate. What they care is the skill
True.
set, your skill set. What do you have?
True.
What I bring it to the table? Because if let's be realistic, if somebody wants to ask you, are you a graduate or which school did you attend? You want to come and compare your Ehamufu and your Nsude College of Education. I mean, Sugbe College of Education with somebody that went to Harvard, somebody that went to school in abroad. So it doesn't make sense. So nobody really, really cares about the school you attended, but they care so much about the skill set you have and what you are bringing to the company's table. And the next one is show self-management. Many of you don't know what is time zone. You don't even know the difference between Lagos time zone and Ghana time zone. Even common Cotonou that is just the next state, be next country that you can even trek. You don't even know the time zone differences. You don't even know how to manage time. Everything to you is African time. You have interview by
Hmm.
10, but it's by 9:50 that you're looking for where your glasses is.
Right.
That is, you are looking for where to charge your phone, laptop. Oh, my internet is bad. But you have 9. You could have started early. Oh, yeah, you have an appointment with somebody, and the appointment is by 12, but you're leaving your house by 11, and you are in Lagos,
Hmm.
and the person just say, oh, there's traffic. I know there's traffic, and you know there will be traffic. Why did you not leave earlier?
Fine.
Do you understand? So
Yeah.
as somebody that is, you need to also learn how to work, self-management, so that you are trustworthy enough to be accountable for time. Accountable, to me, when I see people that don't know how to manage time, I see them as they are not being trustworthy and they are not being serious, because apparently I'm being paid per hour, and I don't joke with my time. I don't joke with my hour. So if I miss 1 hour with you, I've missed almost 100K for that day. And this is me being
Hmm.
honest. So, and that 100K, I'm not sure if you give me 100K. Do you understand? Unless the
Yeah.
person where I know say I go benefit something wey pass 100K. That's the only time I will forgive you when you waste my time, because I don't do African time. And I don't expect people around me to also do African time. But this is something you, as a graduate, it's hard. Being in Nigeria, we are born into Africa. In fact, the day where your mama born yourself, your mama born with African time. Then your doctor give your mama 12 a.m. Your mama born you 2 a.m. So it is inborn in us, but you need to work intentionally, show that,
Yeah.
oh, African time, no, you need to value people's time. And once you're able to
That's
value people's time, a lot of things will change. And I we also say independence. When you want to work remotely, most of the time they want to hire, they'll ask you, we're hiring you as an independent contractor, meaning you have the skills, you have the confidence, you have all it takes to do your job without being managed, without being
mhm.
micromanaged, without being followed up. Like you are an individual who can independently stand on their own and do their job. I understand, in Nigerian mentality, you want everybody, your mama will tell you, Equitas, do this. You want your mama to remind you 30 times. No, that is not how it works. Before they ask you to do something, or when they assign a task to you, everybody wants to believe that you are going to do your job without being micromanaged. So you need to be what? Independent. You also need to know when something is important, how to prioritize and beat deadlines. These things are things that you expected to know as you are positioning yourself. So remote work rewards doers, not watchers. So those who are watching on the side, oh, I want to register for this course, I want to do this. So, but for now, let me be watching on the fence. This person that will be taking this course. You forget that there are people that are taking other courses. They're even waiting university, they made third class. So you see, it's not about others, it's about you. I have a lot of people
Yeah.
that took the same courses I took, and they are nowhere near me. In fact, now I couldn't teach themselves. So this thing, just like you running a heavily race, is an individual effort. You can never use your journey. That person where them take that course where you know the person may not achieve success, but guess what? That person's destiny might be in your own hands. How? You feel join, can't get job, can't recommend that person for your company. You
Mm.
feel join, get job, and outsource to that person. Like me, I have my girlfriends. I have two girlfriends. I have three girlfriends. Me and the three of them have apparently worked in one company before. And as I'm talking to you, me and two are working in my current company. Who recommended them? Me. And
Mm.
I'm so sure tomorrow, if I want to work in my other friend company and there's an opportunity that I'm a perfect fit, she will definitely recommend me. But
Mm.
let's put it this way. If I'm not working in my current company, do you think my friends will work there? No,
No.
because they don't even know the name of the company. They so talk more of them. Look, how can I really apply? They don't even know the company. So these are the things. Sometimes the other person destiny might be in your hands, but you will not know. You just think, this person. On top of how much, when sometimes when I see people complain about our training, I feel like how much do you even pay to learn from me? 25K. You know how much? You know how much I pay for course? I'm taking a course now that I paid $3,500 for that course, and I don't even have a teacher.
Mm.
I don't have a teacher. That means I don't pay for course. Now me still they teach myself. three thousand
Mm.
five hundred dollars.
Mm.
And if I like, go make I learn. If I like, make I don't learn. I have nobody to go and hold accountable because nobody
Yeah.
forced me to pay. I know what I wanted from the course, and that was why I paid. So I don't have a teacher. Nobody's telling me when to take the course. Nobody's telling me, oh, write assignments. Nobody's guiding me. My own is I just paid. I have access to the training, and when I'm done, I'll still write exam. So fast, still write exam, and that is
Mm.
just that. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
learning will sell you out. And lastly, I don't know if you guys have questions. So lastly, action step to improve your digital positioning. Action step to improve your digital positioning. Audit your online presence. Once in a like today, I was talking to my VA and I was telling her, almost sometimes I just feel like I need to rebrand myself, you know. But then I just remember that my personality on Facebook is okay because that is almost everybody on that platform. They have the same trace personality, yes. So we have to match it with each other. But when it comes to professionally, I think I have a very clean personality on LinkedIn. So make it not be like say I'm too serious on all platform, right? But for
Yeah.
you that really know what you want, you need to when you talk about audit, account for your brand, your personal brand. Look at yourself. Ask yourself. The truth is nobody can tell you truth or advise you better than yourself.
Mm.
I don't believe in motivation. That they say, oh, you are motivating me, ma. You are motivating me, sir. I don't believe in it. Nobody can motivate me actually. I don't know
Mm.
why. But because I believe that I I have enough motivation. I said I know where I'm coming from. For me to live in this kind of house, do you know how far I have to go before I have to be able to buy this kind of house? So if you know the kind of place I was staying before, so if the kind of house we're staying cannot motivate me, what do you think you will say to me that is worse than what I've seen that will motivate me? If I
Mm.
look at my siblings and I'm not comfortable with where they are, that is enough motivation. So you don't need anybody to motivate you. When you sit back, look at your mates. Your mates are, I'm not talking about mates that are not doing something, mates that are doing something that is not legit. I'm talking about mates that are doing legitimate work. So you have your mates who are doing something legitimately and they are doing it for themselves and they are doing so well for themselves and somehow you feel like you need more motivation. My dear, when you look at your mates, they are doing well, legitimately, no bad record, nothing. That is enough motivation. You don't even need to talk to them for them to motivate you. It's enough motivation. Many of us
Mm-hmm.
are hitting 30 something, and you don't have skills. I'm not talking about digital skill. You hard work. You don't have skills. Let's pretend you have somebody funding your life. You have like a man, a woman funding your life, but at 30. You don't have skills like you cannot braid, you cannot sew, you cannot knit, knitting. You
Hmm.
cannot you cannot bake. You cannot do anything. You are 30. Sorry. I'm not talking about women, I'm talking about everybody. And you are
Yeah.
30. You don't have digital skills. You don't have nothing. Hey, forget anybody deceive you now. It's not funny.
It's not
Yeah,
actually.
it's not funny. Even if you don't have, there's
Mm.
something I used to say. See, having skills does not equate being financially empowered. Because the thing is that we are misquoting the but the truth is somebody with skill is richer than you that have no skills, even if though both of you are broke. Let me put it this way: you are broke, I am broke. I have skills, you don't have skills. The truth is I'm richer than you. Do you know why? Because I can go to bed today broke like you, but tomorrow somebody will need my skill. And
Yeah.
I don't leave you behind though. I've left you behind. And that is how my students, I can, if not, I said, I don't know why we can't share screen, but I wanted to, share some of my screen. You can, in our community, somebody can go to bed jobless.
Oh,
And the person wake up
mm.
tomorrow with one job, two jobs, three jobs. So that person where they jobless yesterday, where they complain about no job, the person is here, is already earning dollars. And when you earn in dollars, it makes being a millionaire so easy.
Easily. Mm.
When so the least you can earn when you are earning dollars, $300, 400. If you are earning $300 in 2 months, 3 months, you're already a millionaire. And if you can't manage the earn $1,000, my dear, you are big. And
Mm.
once you start working remotely, you can't get one job. The next thing you become Oliver Twist. You want to get another one. Before you know it, get two, year
Absolutely.
three. Me personally, I get like three year before. So you can so before you know it, you want to be get like now I said I have interview. Do you think if I get that job I'm going to do it? No, I can't do it because I can't go around. I'll give it out. But the good news is that even I'm going to give it out, I'm still going to be earning small, small, small from the job. So
Yeah.
when you work remotely, you start making money, you must be Oliver Twist. A part of you be like, oh, so this time that I'm not working now, I'm leaving money on the table of Upwork. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And before you know it, you want to forget. Sometimes I used to ask some of my students, are you guys not stressed? Somebody will tell me I have six jobs. I'll ask you, how are you doing six jobs? Now, me, only one job, I be two job I dey do. I feel stressed. Like my brain want to burst. How do you guys say, oh, I need the money, I beg? You understand? Then
Yeah.
craft a strong living headline summary. Share your knowledge by writing what you write posts, you comment, you like, you engage, and so on and so forth. And engage in online communities and forums. This is also very important. One of the things that happened to me when I was learning that also affected me. Most of the things I know was actually self-taught. Nobody taught me. I started paying for courses much later. I started learning on my own before I even learned enough to start working for Microsoft. Imagine what it means that you are a literary student, you start learning on YouTube by yourself, and you got to the point I have to work for Microsoft. Nobody taught you
Mm.
with what you just learned. So I had to start working before I can now afford to even buy a laptop. I started learning with my Infinix phone. I couldn't even practice what I was learning. But the thing is, I have a very retentive memory. So anything what I learn, I can describe how it works, but then I don't have the practical experience of it, right? So
Yeah.
now I didn't have any community, and there was no community. It's not like you know there was no community. I can tell you for free. I'm the first Nigerian that start training people on demand skills. If you can call other people, what people were talking about then is content writing, be copywriting or whatever.
It's
IT
writing.
support,
All of that.
I
Yeah.
gave that IT support name based on the job I was doing for Microsoft. What we were doing is technical support, and I didn't know what else again to call it when I said IT support. And when you take the
Mm.
course, you find out that it's not just IT support. There are a lot of skills embedded. So I just call it IT support because I didn't know what else to call it. So I can say that our community is one of the first communities dedicated in, because I said I needed something different. I don't want to train these people and send them out and everybody will be struggling again. So why not after training you stay? We build together because when I started this community, the first class we had just few. I was attending interview for my students. I will go when it's time for reference, I reference, then go reference interview, write recommendation. Like we they celebrate when they invite you for interview, we celebrate interview, invite like saying our job, right? Most of all the people both on LinkedIn everywhere, training, they are all my students. Ask anybody. Yeah. Cause if anybody where you say I'm teaching you virtual assistant, I'm teaching you sales, I'm teaching you Airbnb, I'm teaching you what is again support, anything VA.
Marketing.
Ask it,
Yeah.
ask
Customer
on-demand
support.
skills, customers.
Yeah.
Ask anybody whether the person is in abroad, Nigeria, the person is a Equitos student, is a digital witch. Ask them. I'm not saying this to brag, but I'm telling you that I'm the
Referral
first
bonus.
person that taught it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see, so I'm in the position to tell you, you can start small, start with your phone, start alone, learn. You don't even need to pay for courses. You can just but learn something, help yourself. Even if you are not, your head no fit carry digital skills. Learn other skills, real skills like braiding, hair making, easy wig, I've installed. Oh, just learn something. All this
Making a lot.
experience can come. Me personally, I've chosen my own kind of skills because I noticed that I'm not very good at anything where they use hand do. Like the first time I tried to plait somebody's hair, those small one, that small one, that's where your hair is small, that small short ones. I couldn't even plait six. My fingers started paining me. Like I'm not sure there's anything. I didn't learn any other skills, but when it comes to tech is one thing that I'm really very comfortable in learning and I enjoy learning it and all of that. So I was able to find my own niche. So you should do the same. Don't If you are under 20, oh no, if you are 20, like 20 under 30, the best gift you can give to your younger self is skills. I'm 30, I'm 32, and I was working with some of my friends, no, my VA this evening, and I told them something. If the only thing I regret is the fact that I'm not as young as you guys. I think you guys are 24, 25. If I dey una live my age now, come they get the kind money we una get because they're all working remotely, making thousands of dollars. I can say, had it been I was you guys' age when I started making money, come dey this age, I go enjoy life tire. So now we una dey make money. Don't go and hide under anybody's shadow. Enjoy your life. So if you are under 30, you don't have skills. Don't wait until you are 30. Me, I started late. Don't wait until you be like me. Money will get in life that I keep telling people, had it been I went into IT earlier, that could have been the best that happened to me, right? So you that is under 30, 20, less than 20, it doesn't have to be IT. I want to make a birthday dress. They are only already calling 2 million, just one dress. Tailor. And you want to learn how to go and make clothes. I bought one akparakpa clothes like that with thread. That one that Vicky J wore. You know how many dollars? $2, $1,200. That is a lot of money in naira. And you don't want to go and learn how to knit. Is knitting Abi? How to knit. So you see, it doesn't have to be digital skills. Just go and learn skill. It may not even, another thing is when you are learning all these skills, it doesn't have to make sense to you. A lot of people around you might even laugh at you. So maybe tell you are wasting your money. It doesn't have to make any sense at all. But the truth is, with time, you will know why you are learning them. Maybe the Holy Spirit. Sometimes I feel like Holy Spirit is also working with me. They direct me on what to learn. Because some of the things that I learn, I don't know why I was learning them. I don't even know why I did learn them. But over time, when I want to do one or two things, that knowledge will just come into play. And I'm like, wow, you see. So you just have to take your time. And I think that brings us to and join a community. I've also mentioned community. Find a community and join. Because the truth is you may learn alone, but you need people to survive. Do you
Yeah.
understand? And you know, everybody will not be like me that was able to learn alone and sustain my learning until I achieve success. Like I said, the only thing that made me to achieve success because I have no choice. I
Mm.
have no words. I don't have any choice but to achieve success because my dad died and all my siblings, my mom, everybody is dependent on me. And because everybody is dependent on me, I don't have any excuse why not to achieve success. So
Yeah.
if many of you may have people that you can depend on, whether you work or you don't work or if you see money chop. But my life wasn't like that. I had nobody to depend on. And my siblings depends only on me. So you see, I have to work. Now,
Yeah.
find a community of common goals, people that have the same common interest, common goals. Because if you learn online, if you start learning things online, you will get tired. It's draining. Online
Yeah.
learning is draining because nobody's going to physically push you, beat you, But when you are in a community, I have some students that they want to retake. Do you know why they want to retake the class? Because during their time, they were not serious, but because they are seeing the community, they are seeing their mates doing well, they are seeing their mates achieving success with the same skill. That's the only
Mm.
reason they want to retake. Now they want to be serious. So if you don't be like that, you want to learn alone. Once you are tired, you can go and start checking. Before you know it, you become Olosho course. I used to call some people Olosho courses. Before you know it, you start jumping from one course to another course to another course to another course, and you will not achieve any success. Once
Yeah.
you hear that this one is paying more, tomorrow project management is paying more. You want to become a project manager. But customer success is paying more. Oh, my mama had customer success. I inherited that one from my mother. Next tomorrow, you want to be a developer. You'll be jumping here, there, and you will not amount to anything. So you need people. And another thing is when you are in midst of people, even when you don't know, somebody that know we teach. That's why we have like accountability groups, accountability partners. And even when you cannot achieve success on your own, people can assess to you based on your effort. People can even
Yeah.
recommend you. So community, don't ever downplay the effort of a community. Don't ever. My girlfriends, even though all of us are working, doing, all of them also belong to my community. I don't even know why, but they are all part of digital witch because they need, sometimes we all need motivation. We just need that. Sometimes we just need that motivation. You want to, because you get tired, you get bored. And, when you get bored, the next thing I want to give up. So,
Mm.
guys,
Oh my
that brings
God.
us to, that brings me to the end of my topic. Yeah,
Ah, oh my goodness, that's a lot. Honestly, that's a lot. Thank you so much, good. Oh my God.
you're welcome.
Guys, are you guys still there? Do you have questions? And to just like to summarize everything you've said, I think it starts with hunger, being hungry,
Yeah,
basically. It starts with
yeah,
being very hungry. When you're hungry, like you said, you don't need motivation. That hunger is enough motivation. And skills, I will not, that cannot be overemphasized because, like I said, I used to say that a lot. I even told people in the community, digital, which is like the best investment I've ever invested in. Because the thing that it doesn't just equip you with skills, you get so confident. Like knowing the things you know, even when opportunities come, you're not desperate. I mean, while we were learning, I remember you always say we should document, we should talk about what we were learning, and I was really doing that proactively on LinkedIn before I could finish digital, which opportunities were just flooding in. I was even declining some offers. My mother was like president general, like because you don't really need to rush into just any opportunity like that. You are confident, you have the skills, you could even go to any company and pitch yourself, like you said, because you know that you have it, right? You have the value and you can give this value to this company. So it also boosts your confidence and it makes the opportunities you have really more, instead of, oh, you're desperate, you can jump into any job and anything. So yes, the first thing, be very hungry. Nobody's coming to save you, no matter what.
yeah,
Nobody's coming to save you. You are the only person that will save yourself. There are courses, anything. It's not by jumping from course to another. If you're not hungry enough, even that course will not help you. So it's how hungry you are that will help you actually implement everything you're learning and go the extra mile to get it right. Gather enough skills. There are so many things. Digital, which I will keep singing it, is the best investment. that I myself have made for myself in my digital journey so far. No jokes.
Thank you.
Honestly, you would learn. Coach Equi is so detailed. You have like a whole community. She would support you. I mean, she's here in BSY, so I just had to send her an email and she said yes. And she has given you guys half of our digital rich knowledge. So, guys, yes, any questions? And so we can bring in our second speaker up stage. Coach Equi, thank you so much. That was really, really,
Thank
really
you.
an impactful section. Thank you so much. Is there any questions?
You're
Let me
welcome.
check the comments rather. Okay, no questions from anybody. Okay, no question. All right, Coach
All
Equi, thank
right.
you so much. We would bring in the second speaker on stage now. We would
All right.
really, really appreciate you being here with us. Thank you.
Bye, guys. And if you want to join
Bye.
Digital Witch, hit me up. Bye.
Best
Send
investment,
them our
yes.
details. Yeah.
Sure, definitely, definitely. Thank you so much. Coach Alice, okay.
Bye.
Bye, Ma. Let me see. I hope she's on. Okay. Coach Alice, hello. I hope she's still with us. Okay.
Hi guys, good
Oh,
evening. Can you hear
good
me?
evening, Ma. You're welcome. You're
Good
welcome, Coach
evening.
Alice. Guys, this is Coach
Um,
Alice, our second speaker for today. She's the founder of Remote Work Paddy. Man, anything remote work, she's the one. And she's here to speak on remote work, digital positioning, how to try from everywhere. So, guys, Coach Alice, please, the stage is yours. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here.
Thank you. Please kindly bring my slides up. I have them
Ooh,
behind, so yeah.
I think we're trying because this is. I'm actually joining live from my phone, rather from my system.
So how do we
I
do
cannot.
it? How do I share my slides?
Yeah, I'm trying to see that. Okay. Oh, Jesus. This is giving me like a little bit of issues. One moment, please. Let me see if I can do this one back end.
Okay.
Let me try to load. This is so difficult on phone. Okay.
Thank you, Samson. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Um, so
This is. I honestly don't know what's wrong. I honestly don't know what's wrong with the slide stuff.
okay.
Yeah, I think because it's streaming from my phone, so the layout is quite different. So let me see.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so that means I won't be able to share my slides then. So
Yeah. Just carry on while I keep working on that. Let me see.
okay. Hi
Yeah.
everyone. Good evening. My name is Alice, and I've been a remote worker for 7 years now. Um, the first speaker has taken a lot of my time.
So sorry.
This
So
is
sorry, Ma.
this is right. So I would have to just cut out some things. I don't know how long because I have another session for 8:15. So you guys will have to forgive me on that. Yeah. So
Okay.
thank you so much, guys. Good evening. Welcome to this session where I'll be talking to you about remote work, the relevant skills, and how you can also thrive from anywhere in the world. Now, if you see me looking this way, it's because I'm looking at my screen, which is supposed to be the slides that I should be showing you. So, in case you see me look this way, that's what's happening. Now, let's get started. Now, in this session, right, you must have heard about remote work a lot. You've heard about it. You see people going into remote work, and you're wondering, how can I get into it? What do I have to do? What skills do I need to get into remote work? Well, I'm going to take you through all of that. But before I do that, I would like to introduce myself, because some of you are just meeting me for the first time. You've never heard me speak anywhere, or you probably know me on LinkedIn or anything. So I'm going to introduce myself so you know who is speaking to you. Now, who am I? My name is Alice Awobite Joshua, and I have 7 years of experience as an executive assistant, right? And then I've managed over 35 executives in 2024. And in total, for 7 years, I've done over 105 executives. I started as a social media manager, got into virtual assistant, then got into tech. Right now, I'm a CRM and automation strategist. I run an academy where I teach people how to get into remote work, what to do, how to pitch, and the likes. And in total, my students, we do over $15,000 monthly. And it's been an amazing experience because I didn't have all of this, right? When I started when it wasn't popular. So a lot of people were not talking about it. People were hoarding information. And then I had to struggle to get things done on my own, which is why I made a decision last year that, you know what, I'm going to start sharing my experience. I'm going to start talking to people so that, they don't have to go too far looking for solutions or looking for how to get into remote work. Now, my remote work story started after I shut down my food business. I had a food business for about 5, 7 years, and it was just a whole lot, you know. At that time, the economy was still good. You could still buy a bag of rice for 15, 20K, but even at that, it was tough, right? Somehow I got into a deal with a supposed friend, and it just turned out sour, and I was owing, a lot of things were happening, and I decided, you know what, let me shut this thing down and just do something else. And that's how I got into remote work, because I started doing research, started finding out what I could do, relevant skills that I had, things that I could do when I transition, right? And it took me everything, all the research, it led me to social media management, and that's how my journey started. Now, I currently manage products, teams. I do a lot of talking, speaking engagement, built an academy, built a job board. All of this started from me just making a decision to make my life better. And I tell everybody that cares to listen that remote work saved my life. And as students or as graduates or as people that just came out of NYSC, I believe that it can do same for you, but you just have to be determined, right? Now, what does remote work really mean? You've been hearing so many things, but what does it mean? And this is my definition. It is not just working from your couch. It is not just working from the beach. Because when people get into, or when they make decisions to get into remote work, the first thing that comes to their head is the enjoyment phase. I can't wait to be traveling around the world working remotely. But that is not all about, that's not everything, you know. Now, it is the freedom, the flexibility, and also responsibility that you have. Because when people get into remote work, they just feel, okay, I'm working, I have a laptop, I can work from home, I can work from anywhere. But they forget the responsibility. You have a responsibility to show up. You have a responsibility to do something. You have a responsibility to ensure that whoever you are working with is happy with what you are doing, right? It's about creating an income without location, without you worrying if you have to be in one place or the other. It simply means you can be anywhere in the world to actually work and earn an income. And it is definitely not a trend. It's not a trend, because I hear people saying things like, oh, remote work will soon come and go. I've been in it 7 years, so it's not going anywhere. It's going to get better. It is the future of work. Now, there are 3 things you need to actually thrive as a remote worker. First is the right mindset. Second is relevant skills. And then the third is the tools that you're going to be using. Now, when it comes to relevant skills, I get a lot of people asking me questions. I've had over 1,000 sessions and people asking me questions like, oh, I don't have skills. How do I know the skills that I have? I put it to you that you have skills. You just don't know yet. And you don't know yet because you are not working in any company. You've not worked in any organization, or you've not done something in any, office capacity that makes you feel like you are working. You've not gotten an offer letter for it. So it feels like you don't have skills, right? For example, you run errands for your family members. You are the kind of person that if they are looking for something online, they call you. Your friends will reach out to you. See this thing. And before you know it, you've brought it out. You send them a link. Oh, this is where it started, or this is where you can get it. That is research skill. It is a very valuable skill, right? You are the kind of person that when they want to do birthdays or any event in your family, they call you to organize or manage the vendors. That is a skill. That is project management skill. So there is absolutely no one that would tell me that they don't have experience. The difference is you have not worked in a company, you've not been given an offer letter, so you think you don't have experience and you feel like you don't have any skill. I put it to you that from when you became 5 years old till whatever age you are at right now, you have years of experience. You have years of experience. And this experience is what you have to convert to now start working remotely. You now have to now learn tools on the side that would aid the work. You've been managing things, you've been running errands, you've been going to the market, you've been doing so many things, but you just did not know that you can actually use these same things, to work and earn money in foreign currency. So nobody should say, oh, I don't have any experience anymore, because you do. They've sent you to pick up something from the kitchen and bring it to the room. They've sent you to do so many things. You just need to actually sit down, write out the skills that you have, and think of how to transfer them and start working remotely. Now, next thing is how to know the skill, right? The questions you need to ask yourself, number one would be, what do I already know? Now, this brings me back to the previous point I made, that you have experience, you've done so many things, but you just don't know. So you need to sit down, take a pen and a note and say, what do I already know? What can I do, or what have I been doing? What do people ask me to help with? Do I always give people a listening ear and then somehow profess solutions? You are not a therapist or anything, but people come to you. Your friend, once they break her heart, it is you. Somehow you're able to comfort her. Somehow you're able to make her happy. Write it down. It's something, right? What would I do if I wasn't paid? If they wake you now, wake up, what would you do? That's another thing. You need to ask yourself this question, because when you get into remote work, you might not make the money immediately. So you need to love what you do. I get a lot of people saying you don't have to love it, just do it. You get frustrated, you get tired. When I got into remote work, I used to manage my social media accounts when I had a food business. So I just felt, oh, okay, I could just do the same thing, manage for other people. I did not learn any skill. Like, I didn't go and upskill or anything. I started looking for jobs immediately. Guess what? 3 months down the line, no job, no nothing. I was just wasting my time. I had to go back, do research for the tools that I needed, then reached out to people. We'll get to that part before I got a job, right? So ask yourself, what do I already know? What do people ask me, to help with? What would I do if I was not paid? There's no money involved, but I'll be happy to do it. What can I learn fast and grow into? That's another one. What can I quickly learn and grow into? That's another question you should ask yourself. Now, there are common tools that you can use, right? And these tools that I'm going to mention, they are very, very important if you want to, work remotely. Number one is communication, right? If you don't know how to communicate, you cannot work remotely. When we are saying communication, it's not, carrying a phone, like you carry your phone and be saying, hello, I do this, I do that. No, that's not what we're talking about. That's a form of communication. But we're talking about communicating with tools, Because if you are going to be working remotely with somebody in America, you can't always call them. You're going to be spending a lot of money. So tools like Slack, Zoom, Google Meet, it depends on where the company has their platform. You must know how to use these tools. Everything under Google Workspace. How to manage tasks. You must know how to do it. ClickUp, Trello, Asana. You don't need to learn every single tool in this life, but you need to learn basic tools for the niche, for wherever it is that you want to be in. For example, if you want to be an admin assistant, you need to learn the tools that admin assistants will use, right? You have no business learning how to code because you don't need that. It doesn't require you to code, right? So when you have written out your relevant skills, the next thing you want to focus on is the tools that would aid you, that would help you to work in that skill or that niche or that industry that you have chosen, right? If you are going to get into automation or CRM and the likes, you need to know how to use Zapier, Make, N8N, Airtable, and the likes. You cannot say, oh, I want to be an automation strategist and I want to stay and just know how to use only Google Workspace. How many things can you automate with Google Workspace, right? If you are going into design or content creation, you need to know how to use Canva, Notion, CapCut, Loom, and the likes. These are things that will help you in that industry, right? Now, what you need to do is pick a few of these tools. Like I said, after you have, done the research and you've asked yourself all those questions and you finally know what you want to do, pick a few of these tools and grind. Like, I mean, not surface learning. If you pick CapCut, for example, and you want to learn video editing and you say, okay, I'm a good video editor, I love videos, and I want to edit people's videos and get paid for it, then you need to know how to use different editing tools. I'm not just talking using it just to, surface learning. No, I'm saying use it, know how to use the features, every feature within that tool. You must know how to use it so that you will be an amazing video editor. Because if you just do like regular editing, I can get that from anywhere. There has to be something that would make you stand out. And one of the problems I've seen is a lot of people, they just get into remote work, they hear it, and then they get into it because their neighbor is doing something. So your neighbor is a virtual assistant, right? You don't like helping anybody do anything. You just like to stay on your lane. You don't like to be sent on errands, and you now jump because you see that your neighbor is balling. Maybe he just bought a car. You now go into it, and then you start you start regretting. Nah. So make sure that whatever it is that you pick is something that you love and it's something that you are ready to grind. You are ready to put in the work. You are ready to show, you are ready to prove yourself. You are ready to build projects around it. Now, how can you thrive from anywhere in the world? Because a lot of people that I've spoken to, the goal is, I want to leave this. Even people that work, like have 9 to 5, they work on site or even hybrid. They're like, I want to be free to work from anywhere. I want to pick up my bag, my laptop, and say, I am going, to America and I'm going to work. I'm going on a vacation or I'm going to Ghana or even within Nigeria. You're based in Lagos, you're going to Abuja. It doesn't affect your work. You don't have to quickly fly back to go into the office, right? How can you thrive from anywhere in the world? You can do that only when you are very good at what you do and when you put yourself out there. I don't know if you know, but there are people in some very rural areas. I have friends that left Lagos and went to Jos to go and work remotely. Like they did all the work, they got the job, and they just relocated. They went to a remote place. When I mean remote, it's not like you don't have network, but then not a city like Lagos to go and work.
Yeah.
They are still in Ibadan. Do you understand? So when you hear people say, I work from so place, it's not because they're just saying it. They didn't just arrive there. You can't just
Mm-hmm.
wake up and just get a job and then just decide that, oh, I want to work. No, there has to be some sort of, steps that you take, right? You can live in Ibadan and work with a company in Canada. I live in Lagos. I've worked with companies in New Zealand, Canada, US, UK, name it. I've worked with different teams. And that is only possible because of remote work. You cannot work on site and be working with somebody in America. How is that going to work? Right? You can be in school and still earn in foreign currency. You can be at NYSC camp and still earn in foreign currency. I know people say it's difficult. Yes, it is, but you actually can. There are so many people doing it. What's this girl's name? This lady that fought for NYSC people that they now increase their money, right? Right? Yes.
Yeah.
She did it. She's doing it. She works and then she went to NYSC. You can do it too. A lot of people make excuses. I've taught so many people, and I won't lie to you. If there's anything about me, I don't fake anything. There are people
Mhm.
that you will teach, no matter how you do it, they will not know anything. Nothing will enter the head. It's not because they are not intelligent. It's just because they've decided not to prioritize certain things. And I always say they are still a bit comfortable and they can still get money from, maybe small things or a few friends. I was talking to one person. I said, "How do you cope? You say you want remote work. You join the academy. The same cohort that you joined, people are getting jobs, but you come back and tell me you are not getting anything." And I said, how is that possible? Have you done everything in the program? He said, yes. I said, it's not possible because I'm looking at your LinkedIn. I'm not seeing anything there. Whatever you're doing it behind the scenes. Nobody's going to employ you that way. Because now when you submit your applications, there's always a place where you must put your LinkedIn profile. So they go and check and then they're not seeing anything. Meanwhile, you've actually been grinding behind the scenes. No, behind the scenes doesn't pay anybody. And I asked him, I said, I don't think you want this so bad because if you do, you won't be acting the way you're acting. And I told him, I said, how have you been making money? How have you been surviving? I live with my parents. I said, that's why. You live with your parents, they pay the rent, they buy lights, they do everything. There's data, there's Wi-Fi, there's everything, there's food. So your why is shaking, If you try small, you get tired, and then next thing, you are back to, mommy, give me 5,000, daddy, give me 10,000. But if you don't have anybody, you don't have anything, and you are grinding, you will not give up. And even if you do, it's okay. Like I always tell people, it's okay to give up at some point. Maybe you are tired. We are human beings. Yes, you can get tired, but don't stay down for too long. You can get tired and say, you know what, I've been showing up on LinkedIn for the past 3 months. I'm really tired. I want to take a break for 1 week. It's fine. Go on that break, but make sure that you come back strong. So you can actually make money. It's not about, where you are, where your location, where you are located right now. You can be watching this from inside Castina, from anywhere actually. That's not what this is about. It's about what you do with where you are. What are you doing where you are? What are you doing there? How are you grinding? How are you showing up? How are you putting yourself out there? You want so many things, but you are so shy, always behind the scenes. Oh, I'm too shy. I can't shoot it. I can't do a video. I can't post on LinkedIn. What will I say? How will I start? These are the things. You worry so much about different things that you're supposed to focus on because your mind has been shaped to believe that maybe there are no remote jobs, or maybe you are not good enough, or you are not there yet. You now stay worrying about those things instead of trying to break free. And do the things that would actually get you to the next level. Let me see the comments.
Okay.
Right? Instead of you to
Yeah.
break free, and do what you're supposed to do. In all of my classes, I say something. Your mindset will shape your reality.
Yeah.
How you actually, do things, how you think about things will shape it for you. Now, typical example is, let's say you have money and then you want to buy a red car. You've seen this particular car that you like, but you've not seen it in color red. And you now decide that I like this red car, man. I think I want to buy it. Guess what? The next day you go out, you will see that exact car in red. You will see that exact car that you think you've never seen the color before. Throughout that day, you will just be seeing the red of that same car. You see a particular sunglasses or whatever, that you'll be like, oh my God, this is so rare, like it's not new. Or you hear about a new skill, just where everybody's getting into automations. You think, oh, let me go into automations. It's not crowded yet. That people are not there like that. You come on LinkedIn, the first post you are seeing is, I just got my automation certificate, and you're like, I thought this thing is not everywhere. And from there, you start seeing people that have been doing it years before. Somehow, it doesn't come to your timeline because your mind has not thought about it. That's how the mind works. You wonder why, you see certain things and you're wondering. Sometimes we've thought about it. Now, you need to shape your mindset in a way that favors you. So instead of thinking, now, wow, this country, NYSC, now I finish, no work, no nothing. They don't even employ all those remote work, they don't employ, they're just liars, everything is scam. My brother, my sister, that's what you'll be getting. That's what you're going to be experiencing. I can never get a remote job. Or there's somebody that is constantly feeding your mind with negativity, telling you, oh, remote work, I've been searching for jobs since 2020, since 2013. I did not see anything. I have experience, my resume is solid, but there is no work. Don't waste your time. They don't employ Nigerians, Africans. Oh, it's a taboo. And then your brain is now constantly thinking that way. Can you tell me how you are going to get that job? I remember when I was transitioning to tech, I started as a UI UX designer. And then there's one person, like I told myself, I was a team lead then, and I told everybody, like, we were talking about our goals and where we wanted to get to in design and how big we wanted to get. Somebody was like, design that if you just start, they'll be paying you 100K, 150 max, as a newbie. I told the person, I said, that's your business. For me, the minimum, the least I will earn from design is $1,000. And when it happens, I'll come back to this group to show you guys. And guess what? When I got into design and I started posting and talking about my design, and a company found me, reposted my post on Instagram where they had over 300K followers. This post I did was about, an app that I built, right? That I designed rather. So the person reposted. I didn't even know they had 10K followers back then on TikTok. I was waiting for the repost. In my mind, I'll get followers at least. I was just starting out on TikTok then. Only for me to wake up the next day and my Instagram was buzzing. I'm like, what's going on? I went to Instagram, I got like over 500 followers. My DMs had over 50 people in the DM. And I'm like, let me trace this thing from notification. And I saw these people posted on their Instagram where they had over 300K followers. And I'm like, Jesus, how did I get here? And that's how I landed my first job. One of the people in the DM, out of all the 50 people that reached out to me, one of them offered me a job like in just few days, that same week. And my first gig, like I got the design gig. I charged him. I've always wanted to charge $1,000 for my first gig. So I charged him $1,000. And then I asked him, I said, do you have anybody to develop this design? If I do this design, do you have any developer that will build it? And he said, no, that he's going to go to Upwork. And I'm like, oh, I have a team. Brethren, I did not have a team. The only thing I had was my husband and his friend and their developers, front end and back end. And I am the designer. And I felt, oh, it's going to work. And he asked me, how are you going to, you can develop? I said, I have a team. Now, my husband's friend has over 10 years of experience. So he has worked on many projects. I just told this client that, oh, I'll get back to you. We'll get on a call. And guess what? We got on a call. And before the call, I prepared very well. I was ready. I went to reach out to one of my mentors in the design community then. And the guy told me how to get on a discovery call, told me different things. And I prepared everything. I went to my husband's friend. I said, see, those your projects that we have been doing, give me everything. The one that is live or the one that's still in production. Let me create a portfolio of what we have done. And then I did all of that. Got on the call, invited the 10 years guy, invited my husband. We got on the call. We were able to show the guy all the things we've done. Like, oh my God, you built this, you built that. Like, yes, we did. And guess what? We landed at $8,000. That was my first money. So it went from 1,000 to 8,000 in few hours. And that was my first, that was like, welcome to tech for me. That was it. Now, if I was believing
that landing.
Sorry?
I said that's a big landing.
It's like I could not sleep that night because I was like, Jesus, see me where they broke since God, I beg. And I told myself, I was telling my husband, I said, see, then we're just dating. And I told him, I said, see, let me tell you. If I'd listened to the person in that design community that said it's 100 or 150K they will pay me, I wouldn't have gotten this gig. This brings me back to your mindset. No matter what you experience throughout these 3 days in this program, if you still have the same mindset that you are going to struggle to get something, that's how it's going to be for you. I'm not the one that is saying it. But you've seen people struggle. And instead of you to bring yourself out of that, instead of you to think positively, instead of you to write the amount you want to make, register it and say, okay, this is what I want to do, and work towards it. Because it's one thing to say, it's another thing to work towards it. I could have said, oh, I want to earn $1,000, and I just walk behind the scenes and keep quiet. But no, I was showing up on TikTok. God is not wicked. Whatever you choose to do, and you've made up your mind, and you're ready to put in the work, there is absolutely no way it will work for you. It will definitely work. So if you're not going to take anything away from these 3 days, just ensure that the right mindset, you change it, unlearn everything that you know and relearn, and put in the work and show up. These are the things that would help you. Right? Now, how do you get started? Because I can talk and talk and talk, and then you still don't know how to get started. First thing is to go and look at the transferable skills that you have. Then you pick a skill. Out of everything, you can't start with all. I see people today, they're talking about social media management. Tomorrow, they're talking about design. Next tomorrow, they're talking about automations. Before you know, they're talking about something. You are all over the place. You are confusing us. Even God self is looking at you and wondering, where I want from bless this speaking now, for God's sake. God self is shocked. He's wondering how we are going to manage. That's not how it's supposed to be. If you have multiple skills like I do, I started with social media management and grew from there. Have one, be good at it, know every tool that you need for that industry or that skill, and start from there. As you go, you can now add another thing. You can add other things, right? So pick a skill, know your transferable skills, pick a skill, and choose the tools to learn for that skill. Now, this is the part that a lot of people don't like doing, because a lot of people have made it look like everything is about money, money, money. When I started, after I saw that I could not get a social media manager job when I was, applying for jobs 3 times, like multiple times within 3 months, and I didn't get anything, I went back to the drawing board, went to learn tools and everything, and started reaching out to my friends. I had a food business, so I have friends within that niche. So I reached out to them. I said, I know how difficult it is to run a business, a food business, and still manage social media. And I know you don't have so much money right now. Everybody's trying. Is it possible for me to work on your social media? I didn't say I want to practice with your social media. By then, I had like 20K followers on my food page. I said, see how I grew my own. I can help you grow your own too. I reached out to different people. Some were my friends, some my friends introduced, and I did all of that. Now, I did all this. I reached out to influencers. If you go and check Diary of a Kitchen Lover, if you scroll Diary of a Kitchen Lover, if you go on Instagram, you scroll towards the end, the highlight covers you see there, I designed it. I reached out to her, I said, sis, please, I want to help you design. I like your page, I like everything you do. I just reached out, and she said, oh, go on. And she put it on. And for a while, I used that to get a lot of gigs. It was free work. And this is something a lot of people don't like doing, because everything now is money, 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 money. Meanwhile, you don't have the experience. Now, you think that people that you're working free for, they are using you. You are using them, but they don't know. What I did was use a lot of people around me to build my portfolio. So when I finished learning the skill and I decided on the tools I wanted to use, I decided to start reaching out to people that I knew. For my WhatsApp status, I first posted, if you know that you want somebody to manage your social media, you're tired, please reach out to me. It's free. People were just sending me messages. I'm interested. I now had to pick. At this point, I was now in charge. I was picking people that I wanted to work with, check their page, see how it is, and then got on a call with them. And that's how I started. Now, I gathered all these skills. When my portfolio was solid and ready, that's when I started applying for jobs again. And it didn't take 3 months. I got a job that was paying me $5. That time, $5 is not now that dollar is 1.6, but it was still money. From someone that has shut down business and is in debt, I was able to make money from my house. And the truth is, the volunteer or intern or these roles that you see, most of them don't come with money. You can give yourself 3 to 6 months, especially if you are very new in that niche and you really want to learn. Because nobody is going to hire you. I hear people saying things like, and nobody wants to hire people that are new. My social media managers, they've never done social media management before. I just saw something about them, and it's not, not everyone would do that. Not every founder would give their page to people that you don't really know so much about social media management. But me, I took a chance, and I took a chance because I used to be a social media manager. So in my head, oh, if I guide them for the first 3 months, they'll be able to do it. Not everybody will do that. So you need to understand that people want to hire people that have experience. And for you to get
Mhm.
experience, you must volunteer, do internship. Some people are nice, they'll pay you or they'll give you some sort of wage, maybe data allowance and things like that. Some people,
Yes, yeah.
but if you look at it from the perspective that you are building something for your portfolio, you won't be offended. You will see it as an opportunity because me now, when I did mine, I took screenshots from when I started. When I started growing the pages, I took another screenshots, and this was what I was putting out for people to see. And when I was applying
Mm.
for it, people were seeing that, okay, this is what it is. I will put the page there, put the owner, put their Instagram link because I don't want you to think I'm lying. Put the link, put everything, go and check. Do you understand? I'm showing you stats, analytics of what I did on the page. I wouldn't have
Mhm.
gotten the opportunity if I did not do it for free. So don't see free work, see, or die na die. You need to understand that when you do something for free for someone or for anybody in your maybe your target audience, what you are getting back is the experience that will lead you to now start earning in 1,000,
Yeah.
2,000, $3,000. Do you understand me? That is exactly
Mhm.
what you are getting. Nobody will hire you except people that are compassionate or maybe they referral. Maybe somebody referred you and they've said something. Maybe you don't have experience in that particular niche, but they've talked highly about you in something else that you've done, and they used their connection to put you in. Aside that, if you apply for a job and you don't have a portfolio, you can't show what you've done. They're not going to hire you because inside of that job that you applied to, 1,000 others did, and they probably have portfolios. Why would they leave them and pick you? Why should they choose you?
Mm. True.
So you need to actually volunteer. And while you are doing all this, some people do all of this and they don't get certain things. And the reason is because you are not showing up. You are not doing what you're supposed to do. You can do everything right. And or you can think you are doing things right, but you are not actually doing it right. So you've learned the skill, you know the tools, you've refused to volunteer, or you now say, okay, let me even volunteer, or let me be an intern. And you do all this behind the scenes. We don't know online that
That's
you are
true.
a social media manager or you're a virtual assistant. Meanwhile, you're supposed to be documenting your journey. A
Journey.
lot of
Mm.
people take documenting your journey, and they think it's by showing up and saying, a day in my life as a virtual assistant, a day in my life. I'm going to be more today. That's not showing up. That is a form of showing up, but only if you're a lifestyle content creator, it will make sense. If you're a virtual
Yeah.
assistant, you have no business doing that. You can do it, maybe once or twice a week, or I just think once a week is fine. What you're
Yeah.
supposed to be doing is showing us what you are going to be
Wow.
doing for your
Mm.
target. So it means you already know your target audience because you've already sat down to do the research. I want to be a virtual assistant that will work with educators or that will work with accountants or that will work with medical practitioners. You've decided. Now, what are you going to be doing for medical practitioners or what are you going to be doing for the accountants? You go back, you do a mock project. Then, if you want to do a day in my life, hey guys, come with me as I show you how I did this, how I created this, whatever, whatever, for a medical practitioner. And then you show us the screen of what you are doing. That is how your a day in the life should be. Your a day in the life should not be you going to the beach with your friends. You are looking for a job. Focus, don't shift focus. Focus on what you are supposed to be showing us so that you too can also get what you want. That's how it
Absolutely.
works. So document your journey. You just started learning Airtable. Let us know on LinkedIn that you just started learning Airtable. You did day
Mm.
one. What did you learn for day one? Maybe you learned what a record or a base is. Then you talk about it. Today, I just started my journey with Airtable, and today I learned about records and base. From what you have watched from the video, talk about it, summarize it, and post it. That's day one. Day two, you learned about something else. post it. Day 3, you learned about another thing. That is what we call document your journey, not come and be giving us advice. I open LinkedIn and I'm seeing 5 tools to use as a virtual assistant. On your profile, I'm seeing open to work. On your profile, I'm seeing you are open to taking clients, but you are telling me 5 things to use. You are supposed to be telling your target audience, who are the practitioners or the doctors or whoever, be telling them what you can do for them, not teaching your fellow virtual assistant 5 tools they can use. So I am let's say you are a VA, right? And your targets are coaches. So I am scrolling, I see your post, and you are telling me 5 tools I should use to go and manage my own time, me that I'm looking for somebody. So you are now telling me that these are the tools that I should go and use by myself. So what's the point of hiring you then?
Hiring you.
So you are supposed to tell us the 5 tools that you will use to manage a coach. This is what I will do. These are the 5 tools I use to manage Coach Alice, Coach whatever, or you just use any name. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be a real person. It's a non.
Yeah.
You put it out there. I am a coach. I see it first day. I'm like, nice. I see you show up again, like 2, 3 times, 5 times a week. You are showing up. The day I'm looking for someone, I will reach out to you. If I don't reach out to you, if somebody else is looking for somebody, I will direct the person that, oh, this person is good. I got a DM some days ago, somebody saying, oh, a friend of mine said you helped with remote work. She told me last month, but I wanted to study your page and I've been seeing all you have been putting out. Now we are 10. The person was like, oh, there are 10 of them. They want to get into remote work. They want one-on-one sessions. And in my head, I'm like, imagine if I was not showing up consistently. That person would have, because the person came to my LinkedIn and saw how I was putting myself out there. So when I see a lot of posts, I'm like, what are you people posting? Who is going to hire you with all this advice you are giving us? Focus on your target. If your target audience are doctors, post things in that line of how you can help them schedule a session with a patient. Don't tell us the tools that you are going to use. We don't care. We actually
Absolutely.
don't know. We want somebody to do the job, right?
Yeah.
Now, if there's anything, this is what I wish someone told me these things. Number one, that I don't need to be perfect to start. I wish someone actually told me, because the reason why I showed up when I got into tech, I don't understand. I started working as a social media manager and a virtual assistant. 2 years down the line was when I got into tech. Nobody told me, like, I wanted to be perfect. I wanted to have the perfect workspace. I wanted to have the perfect things before. So I waited till after I got, certain things in place, a good laptop. Don't wait. I wish someone told me that if I had started since, maybe I would have gone further than I am right now. Just start wherever you are. You don't have an iPhone, start with your Samsung phone. You don't have any laptop. I borrowed my sister's laptop at some point. My laptop got spoiled. I was using a HP, is it A or an HP or whatever. I was using their laptop, and then my laptop got spoiled. And I immediately went to meet. I said, I beg you, go borrow me the laptop. So we had a schedule. She goes to work, and I work all night. So I would work with the laptop at night. She
Okay.
would go with the laptop in the morning. When I needed
Wow.
to shoot videos, I would go to a friend's house. If they take light and I don't have money for data, I would go somewhere else. There's no excuse. You don't see,
Absolutely.
you're changing your own destiny by making excuses. Your destiny, you by your with your own hand, no village person is doing you. You are delaying your own life with the excuses you are making every day. I don't have a laptop, my phone is not good. My this Look for someone around you that you can trust. There has to be someone around you that you can use their laptop for 1 hour to study.
Mm-hmm.
I open like a Chrome. I use my email, open it. So she doesn't go to that place. When she wants to do her work, she'll go to her own side of the Chrome and work and do whatever. When I want to do something, I will do my own. Now I have a laptop. I can do anything I want to do. It starts with a process. You just have to be, to be willing to stay committed,
Yeah.
right? Also, I wish someone told me that rejection is redirection. Because
Mm.
I was going through all the rejection. I was wailing. Cry is an understatement. I was wailing. I felt like a failure. I felt like I was not good enough. I asked myself multiple questions, like, how am I going to do it? Why do they hate me? God, why do you hate me? I didn't know that everything that happened to me was for a reason. So if you're in that phase right now where you are getting rejected or you're just feeling lost, you are not going to be there for too long. It's just a you should be grinding, working on your mindset, working on so many things. Things are not working out the way you plan to. It's fine. It's fine. I always tell people, I say, things will not always work out for you the way we have to. It's good to have expectations, but then you need to understand that sometimes inside of that expectations, God can decide to do something else. And at that point,
Yeah.
it look like, you know, you are not you are not getting things going. It will look like things are upside down. All you need to do is just stay committed to what you are doing. That's all. Just stay there, be working, be praying, be trying your best. If you feel like crying, cry. If you feel like shouting, shout. If you want to sleep, sleep. Do whatever, but stay committed. Stay committed. Also, I wish someone told me that, that I can learn any tool or skill with the right and resources. See, let me tell you, sometimes you feel like, oh, maybe you see somebody post something about automation and you look at it, they post it with a screenshot and you see different things happening on the screen and you be like, I don't think I'll ever be able to get to this point. Oh, how am I going to do it? Oh, I'm here to tell you that you can learn anything, any tool in this life. If you wake up tomorrow and say you want to be a software engineer, you can code. There's nothing that is beyond your brain. You will teach your brain to accept it, except you don't just like it, except you're not just interested in it. But you're interested in it, but then it seems like it's hard. Hey, I can't do it. Oh, how do I do? It's a lie. The right mindset and consistency will help you and you will get it right. I remember when I used to see people do Zapier, I was an Airtable person. I was always doing everything I had to do on Airtable. And then I was seeing people do Zapier and the rest. I'm like, hey, God, this thing looks very hard. One day I just opened Zapier and I just went to the academy, watched some videos, and I started doing things. There's absolutely nothing you tell yourself that you can do that you will not do, except
Yeah.
thing you are not interested or that thing you don't like it. That's when it looks like they are forcing you to do it. Right? Now I want you to hear
Yeah.
this. You don't need permission to thrive. You just need to make a decision. You need to choose over fear and take the first step, which is realizing that, okay, you really want this. You don't need anybody's permission for you to be great in this life. You don't. Some of you have programmed yourself like, oh, my daddy said I must be a doctor. Now you've come out of the NYSC. You've done everything now. You finished. You are not satisfied. And you still feel like you need to be pleasing. I'm not saying be rude to your parents, but Omo, it's your life we're talking about here. It's your
Yeah.
life. It is your life. You will now grow up, transfer that aggression to your children and start enforcing them. You must do this, you must do that. No, you don't need permission from me, from Rejoice, from anybody to be great in this life. It is your greatness, your destiny, and it is in your hands. Only you can do it. So, for those of you that are scared, you need to start choosing yourself. Choose growth. Choose your future self. Envision it. I don't know if you ever sat down to think about where you'll be. Just close your eyes and imagine how far you can go. Choose that future self and remove fear and wake up. Stop depending. That money that the government is paying is nothing. And it will end after you finish NYSC. So what happens? What happens next? What's the next thing? So you need to come out of that fear, of that, oh, I must do this. No, figure out what will work for only you. Your happiness matters a lot.
More.
don't join everybody like, oh, everybody's doing this, let me do this. No, ask yourself, this thing I want to do now, is it because everyone is doing it, or is it because I actually need it? I always tell people I did not join automation. People have been doing automation for years. I just started doing it in September last year. And my reason for doing it, I didn't even see anybody on my timeline doing it. Like I said, what you talk about or what you do is what will reflect on the algorithm and everything. I was not seeing anybody because I wasn't talking about anything about automations. I was just tired of manually admitting students into my program. I'm like, there has to be a way. And I
Better
said,
way.
in fact, I've been using Airtable before I even started doing anything automation. I was using it for content. Imagine what people are using for automation, making money. I was using it to arrange my content. That's what I was doing with it. I was not using it for anything automation. I just looked at it that way too. How is it possible that people can I just want people to just get into the group, get their onboarding email or the form or anything. And I started doing research and I did it. That's when I started seeing people on my timeline. I just finished automation from. I'm like, wait, oh, this is a thing, no? Do you understand? So tomorrow you will not see that I'm no longer in automation because I did not follow everybody because everybody is doing it. Automation will still be serving me because of my businesses that I use it in. So I'm still going to be doing it. But for most people that are jumping in because Sarah is now doing automation, let me join Sarah. When you now hit a roadblock or maybe a challenge or something, you will run, you will take off.
Mm, absolutely.
Sarah started for a reason. You don't know the reason. You just saw Sarah showing up, and automatically you feel like Sarah is doing it, I can do it. Meanwhile, you're supposed to find out if it's something that you are supposed to be doing. Is it going to help your work? Is it going to make life easy for you in any way? So that
Mm-hmm.
even when there's a roadblock, you will continue using that tool. You continue doing what you do. You just only face the challenge and you will find a solution,
Yeah.
right? Now I want to do something. Unfortunately, I can't share my screen, so I don't even know how
I
because I plan.
just
Okay,
yeah,
I've been able to do it.
I just found out why, because I'm streaming with my phone. So that's why I just found out that you cannot actually share. I can't
Oh,
permit sharing a screen. Yeah, with mobile device.
oh
So
wow.
hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to use my system. It's because of light issues. So I had to go with my phone.
Okay,
I'm so sorry about that.
no, it's fine.
Yeah.
So it means I wanted to give them a prompt. I wanted to run like a sample right now so that I
Oh,
show them how to find their skills, but we can't do that. So I'm just going to share the link. I'm hoping that
okay.
they get it. So you can have access to this, right? It's telling me
Okay.
to join the chat. How do I do that? Okay. Oh, I'll connect. I can't even drop the link. I can't drop a comment. Okay, you know what? I'll
Okay.
send it to your WhatsApp.
Send
Yeah.
me. Yeah, I'll drop it in the community.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'll send it to.
I'm trying to see if there are questions.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
start asking questions.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. Okay, Chiamaka, don't wait. Stay committed to what you're doing. Rejections and redirection. I'm honestly inspired. Honestly, I'm honestly inspired to be. Okay, while we are waiting for questions, I can't see any questions for now. Yes, you will teach your brain no matter how long it takes. Okay, I'll just. Okay, guys, please, you can start asking your questions. I can't see any questions yet. But while we are
Okay.
talking on that, I
Yeah, go on.
honestly, yes, I am so particular about the right mindset. It is so because no matter the skill you would gather in this world and everything, your mindset shapes everything, right? I think when I got on LinkedIn and I started posting on LinkedIn, I didn't even exactly know what I was doing, right? I just knew I just wanted to show up and I was showing up like that and everything, getting strategies, and I got a CEO. But one mindset I had actually was I did not want to work with like a Nigerian brand. I already had that in my head. Whether the skill was enough, I did not care. Whether I knew I was figuring it out and everything, but I had that mindset. Okay, I can actually like get offers on LinkedIn from international brands, and the strategy engaging on in comments strategically, being in your ICP's comment section, not like every Nigerian chasing comments and everything. No, I wasn't doing that. And then even when the CEO reached out to me, he asked me some questions about the role. Mind you, he hired me for the role business development representative as at 2023.
I can't hear you anymore. Is it just me? Can you guys hear her, please? Let me know. Because I can't. Can you guys hear her? Okay, it's not just me. Okay. That means it's not from my end. So let's wait. I guess she has, a bit of network issues.
Can you hear
Yes.
me now?
Yes, we
Okay.
can. Yeah.
Sorry, it was a glitch. Yes. So the mindset stuff, it's not even exactly about your skill first. Skill is important. It boosts your confidence and everything, but it starts with your mindset. If you don't believe that you can walk into certain rooms, you would never walk into those rooms, right? And like I said, the more you grow in your journey, the more confident you become, the more
Mm-hmm.
you will never stop learning. You will never stop gathering skills. You would absolutely. That's why, like you said, you don't need to be perfect. You
Mm-hmm.
don't need to be perfect. You just need to believe, become that person. Basically, believe that you deserve to be in those rooms, and that confidence and that mindset is what drives you. On LinkedIn, some persons are doing everything right. To be very honest, some persons have been on LinkedIn for 3 years, 2 years, and maybe when we have conversations and I say, "Oh, these are some of the opportunities I've gotten on LinkedIn," they are like, "Oh, are you serious?" Mind
Mm-hmm.
you, their profile is okay. They are showing up every day. They are posting every day, engaging and everything. Sometimes your mindset just shifts everything around you, right? If you don't believe that you deserve to work with international clients, it will not come. So it starts with your mindset and the idea of documenting your journey. Jesus, this is so important. I tell people your journey is currency, your experience is currency. That project you built is currency. Put it out, right? Don't wait to finish training before you start
Mm-hmm.
positioning. That's another time you are wasting. When I started
Yeah.
out in tech, people don't know that I actually started tech sales late last year, like December. They thought, oh, I've been in tech sales for like a year or like for 2 years. No. When I started out in tech sales, put it out. Every project I built, I put it out. And what that does to you as well is that it keeps you accountable because now you are building in public, right? People are watching. You want to show up every day because, oh, you have told people that you're taking them on a ride, you're taking them on a journey, right? And you have to be very intentional. Like you said, some persons make documenting like journaling. Oh, they saw a stone in this village, they will put it out on LinkedIn. No, you have to be very intentional and shape whatever you're posting around what you are learning. Your
Mm-hmm.
experience is currency. Don't be doing behind the scenes. It doesn't pay anybody. People need to see what you are doing so they can pay you, basically. So thank you so much. I mean, I feel like this section, hey, everybody are saying they're inspired. It has reshaped their mindset, pure value. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if we still have
So,
questions.
so in case you are wondering, right, what next should I do? After
Yeah.
all this talk, what can I do next? The first thing is the link I shared with Rejoice. I posted it in the comments, but it didn't show up as a link. I don't know why. So that link has a prompt that you can use on ChatGPT,
Mm,
right? All you need to do is put it in ChatGPT and tell it. There's a part that says, let me open it. It says, because I feel like I need to explain so that you get the most value from that prompt. So the link is saying that you are a brand strategist. I want you to help me figure out how I can start working remotely and what I need to do, based on all I do currently. Then there is another
mm,
side that says what I do. That bracket there, take it off, write everything you do. So things like I run errands, I manage this. No matter how basic it is, I promise you, just write it there. Everything that you do normally or you did at camp, anything that you do, no matter what, if it's, oh, I wash plates, anything, put it there, right? And then send that prompt to ChatGPT. It will tell you things that you wrote, right? The things that you've been doing. It will now tell you what you can do with that skill, what you can use it to do remotely. And then it will also tell you like how to start and things like that. So that's where
yeah.
you should start from. Also, you need to upskill when you have finally used that prompt and you've seen what it brought out for you. You can pick whatever it chose, like from a list of things that it drops. You can pick anyone that works for you, and then you now go on to now upskill in that particular role and start learning the tools so that you can end up getting a job. Then optimize your online presence. If you're not a
Okay.
LinkedIn person, I don't see any reason why. Some people say, oh, I am on Instagram. It's fine to be on Instagram, but you must, in this 2025, if you are going to be working remotely, you must be on LinkedIn and you must show up correctly on LinkedIn. So go and build a professional profile on LinkedIn and start learning all these things so that you can end up creating a portfolio. Build in public. Start sharing all the process of your learning, the process of all the things that you do. Yes, there are some things that you might want to keep a secret. Those are like trade secrets, things that you do. It's fine. But the process of your learning, how you are doing it, share it. People are watching. You might get zero comments, zero likes, but people are seeing it. People
Actually
are seeing it.
watching.
When they actually need somebody, they will reach out to you, I promise you. Then network strategically. I need to talk about this. Please, networking is not you bombarding somebody in the DM and saying, I need this, I need that. Somebody sent me a DM. I get it every other day. Please, I need a job. I will give you 50%. Just give me the job. And I'm like, that's what kind of networking is that? Let me now tell you how to network so that it can be effective. Now, when I don't apply for jobs, right? I try to network with a lot of people. When I was building remote work party, I knew I was going to need recruiters, right? I need to speak to recruiters. I need to, be friends with them. What did I do? I started building remote work party in September, but I started networking with recruiters like April. Now, I was just following them. Then I will just ask for connection requests. I don't send a message. I don't say anything. I just start following their posts. And then when I see now following their posts, I engage on it, drop comments, like it. If it's something that resonates with me, I share. If it doesn't, I leave it. But you see the like. I tell my LinkedIn manager, I give her, if I have any new person or new client that I know that 2026, I started doing it now. I know that in 2026, I'm going to work with this person. I share all the
Yeah.
handles. I say, this is all this. You see all these people here. Ensure that you engage their post every day. If it's something that you know that makes sense, that is talking about remote work, share it, repost, or like. Don't send a DM, don't say anything. We do that for a while with the recruiters. Now, from September, when I started building, I still didn't talk about it because it's not sometimes when you're building certain things, you need to be sure that it will work. Right. So I was still in the process of building and researching. This year, when I was sure that we were going to launch in March, from January, I started reaching out. Now, before this January, right, they've been seeing my comments, my likes, they already know me. So I just randomly last year in December sent all of them Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I see all the effort you put in since the beginning of the year or since I've been following you. Wow, you're such an amazing recruiter, you're such a decent. Hype them. You know why? Everybody, or let me say 90% of people that sends recruiters messages, they're asking for jobs. They are not saying hello to them. They don't care about their well-being. I came from another angle, care about their well-being, wish them well. And guess what? All of them responded. Nothing like one person in every single one of them responded because they've never received, I won't say never, but they rarely receive those kind of messages where you are concerned. When you are telling them Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, they rarely receive it. So in January, when I was ready to speak with them, when I went back, I'm like, oh, I'm working on a project and I think it would benefit your company. Like, oh, share it, let me see. Because I've built a relationship. No besties, but then I've built a relationship. That's how it works. You network with people by reaching out, not to ask for anything. Somebody tried it with me and it worked. It's something like that. When the person, I'm like, this is my style. The person just say, Coach, I wanted to appreciate you for all you do, like all you share. I've learned a lot, even though I've not gotten a job, but I'm saving to join your class, blah, blah, blah. You're amazing. And I asked her, I said, what do you want to do? She did not, if she reached out and said, I want to get a job, I wouldn't have responded, if I'm being honest. But the way she reached out, I'm like, what do you want to do? She was like, oh, I'm struggling with this. I said, okay, this is my WhatsApp number. Let's get on a call.
Wow.
That's it. So The time you will used to be sending connection requests and be saying, my name is this and that and that, use it to be liking their comment. They will be seeing your name every day, every day, every day, every day. Be commenting on their posts. And don't, please, I beg you, for the love of God, don't go and put their post inside ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to respond for you. You will now come and rewrite it. So maybe they said something like, recruitment is difficult these days. You want to respond, you will now say, thoughtful. What will be all those talk? Remind me, please.
Innovative.
Innovative. Then you now say, the recruitment phase is this. What the hell? Don't do that. We know it's ChatGPT. We know. Don't worry, we know. Nobody's harassing you. Doesn't mean we don't know. We know. So when you want to drop comments that make sense. They might not respond at first, but over time they will respond. That is how to build connection. Join groups, join communities. Do these things and you are able to actually eventually see. I promise you, if you do the right things and you are consistent, a lot of times people do the right things, but they're not consistent. They show up for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks, we don't see them again till next month. Then you come and start crying that, oh, there's no job, nothing is working. You are not consistent. I've been posting every week on LinkedIn since January 2024. Every week on LinkedIn. Go and check. Since January 2024, every week I've been posting. And is it that I don't have jobs? I have jobs. Like I have a lot of things. I'm very busy. But I won't stop putting myself out there. I will never stop. Because I give myself targets. If I make 10K monthly right now, I'm giving myself 20K targets again. And for that to not drop, I have to be consistent. Now, some people will get one job, one good job, or whatever it is, and they've disappeared from LinkedIn. Oh, I'm so busy, coach. I'm so busy. If something happens with that one job, you are back to the grind. You are back to level 1 again. Let me stop here because me.
Thank you so much. So I think we'll just take our time is fast spent. Thank you so much, because Alice, you have no idea. I feel like we've really reprogrammed a lot of minds, to be really honest, with your teaching. And I think we'll just take like 2-3 questions. So I have one on stage. How can one find a niche in a skill where a lot of people are already engaging in? That's the first question.
Okay. So I feel like a lot of people focus on the fact that they will say things like, oh, this thing is saturated. I don't care about saturation or if people are there. What you should focus on is how to make yourself different and how to stand out. See, the moment you think that this particular niche, people are plenty or wanting, you start thinking that, okay, this particular niche, we don't have a lot of people there. Let me get into it. I promise you start seeing a lot of people in that niche. You'll be shocked that there are people. All niches are saturated everywhere. If you say there are no DevOps, it's because you are not a DevOps. So you are not seeing anything concerning DevOps. The moment you decide to be a DevOps, you start seeing it. The moment you decide to be a front end, you start seeing it. So it is not a matter of how can you do one niche in a saturated whatever. It's a matter of how can you stand out. You want to get into virtual assistants, right? How can you create a niche inside of virtual assistant? You look at all the offers, look at everything, right? For example, if I want to be a virtual assistant, I know that there are a lot of admin virtual assistants, there are different types of virtual assistants. What or who am I targeting to help with first? That's the first question. If I'm going to be working with a set of, then I can now think of the services I can offer those people and niche it down to them. But I always advise people, when you are starting out, don't over niche anything. Just think of how to stand out. Because, okay, you want to say something?
No, like I'm concurring to what you're saying. Please go ahead.
So you don't over niche. Like when I started automation, I could have niched to a specific set of people, but I said coaching businesses. Inside of coaching business, we have fitness coaches, we have career coaches, we have different types of coaches. So right now I'm catering to different types of people, but they are all coaches. They have to be coaching or they must be teaching something, right? Now, how do I niche down from there? It's not now. If I want to niche down, maybe it's next year. Why? Because from this year, I would have known the number of clients that I have in a particular niche. So let's say right now I'm catering to 5 different coaches, right?
Yes.
Within these 5 coaches, if I do a good job, people are going to refer me. Before you know it, maybe the fitness coach has referred 10 people, then I have like 10 fitness, and I have maybe 5 in career coaches. From that, I will be able to know, okay, I want to focus on fitness coaches alone. But it's still a bad idea. If you are going to do coaching and you say, okay, I want to focus on coaches, make sure that the coach that you are focusing on, or the niche you are focusing on, make sure you have knowledge there. For me now, I
Yeah.
can focus and work with career coaches in any capacity because I'm also a career coach, right? But I can also work with a fitness coach because there are things that I would do for a career coach that I need to do for a fitness coach. So don't bother too much about niching. Worry about how to be very good, that when anybody books or signs you up or you are working with any client, it's hard to let you go. Most of my clients will
Mm.
say, "Oh, this is my lifeline." Even when I say I'm not doing, they'll be like, "Oh no, okay, can you refer somebody?" And me, I like to do referral, but only when I'm sure about the person. So be good at what you do, so much so that when you get that client, they all they do is just yap about you, talk about you anywhere. Anytime they talk about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry too much about the crowd or being saturated. Worry about yourself and what you are going to be offered.
Niche. Yeah.
Yeah. So any more?
That's so true. That's so true. Because I mean, sometimes I think we Nigerians, we like to stress ourselves too much. We like to add too much problem. Just start first, learn,
Exactly.
grow. The more you evolve, the more you can now actually niche. Like I said, when I started on LinkedIn, I didn't exactly even know the exact same thing I was doing. I just know I was showing up, right? The more you grow, it becomes clearer. The more you serve people, you cannot say, "Oh, I think I enjoy working with this set of people. I think I enjoy working with this set." Even some people even niche to the locations they actually want to get job from.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's with experience. So don't worry so much about niching. Just focus on showing up correctly. Focus on becoming good at what you do. So
I can see some of my
I've not seen any
students.
other.
I can
Oh,
see
awesome.
I shared the link and I told them to be a part of this because I feel like
Oh,
aside
thank
from that
you.
I'm
That's
speaking,
amazing.
there are other people that will come and speak and they might just get value from they will definitely get value from it.
Yeah.
So that's it. Okay, I see someone saying they want to join my community. Okay,
Okay.
that's not bad. You can send a message. So I have a remote work program. I think I told you about it, Rejoice. And
Yes, yes.
program has I don't want to well, unfortunately I can't share my screen. I had like reviews that I want to show you guys. But you can go and search
I see some
ATC
slides in coming.
go and search ATC Professional Academy on Google and read all the reviews. We've helped over 200 people get remote jobs and we've taught a lot of people different things. Some people have started their own business, their own agencies. So if you're interested, it's possible. The program is for 4 weeks, right? Where we'll take you. A lot of people don't know what happens behind the scenes when they are writing their resumes. We're teaching. I used to do resume review, I mean, revamp, but I stopped because I saw that one person will come for me to do their resume, work on their resume like 10 times. And I just felt like and each one is 10K. That's 100K and you're applying for a job. Why don't I just teach you how to do it yourself? So we teach
Yeah.
you how to do the resume by yourself. You would never need anybody to fix your resume ever again in this life.
Mm.
Same thing with your cover letter, same thing with your LinkedIn. These are the things that would help you stand out when you're looking for remote jobs, right? So we teach
Yes.
everything behind the scenes, how to use ChatGPT to your advantage. All of that is done in the remote work program. Also, we teach you how to find startups, because trust me, I've worked with a lot of startups. I enjoy working with them. Startups that have maybe less than 10 people. You just pitch to the CEO and, it's
You
easier,
get
it's
it.
better. So we show you where they are, what to do, how to reach out to them, messages you can send to them too. We do all of that for you. So the reason I'm doing this, or the reason I do this program, this is like the seventh cohort we're about to do now. And I've done it
Wow.
6. The reason I do it is because when I started, I didn't have any help. I didn't have anybody to do anything. I've gone through all the stress so that a lot of people, don't have to do the same. So what I achieved in years, some of my students in 3 to 6 months, they achieve it. The reason why
Mm.
people pay coaches, because I get people saying, "Oh, your registration fee is there, whatever." I do a lot of free classes. If you check my YouTube channel, it's there. But then the reason why people teach is because if you do free classes, people don't take it serious. Plus, my experience of 7 years is what I'm giving to you. So it means your life is going to be even better. I have students that earn $4,000, $5,000. Some of them are here in the comment section. I have students that are doing so well. There's Boma Tommy here, she's here. There's Udwak, they're all here, right? If it's not working, they won't be here. And the truth is, I don't do magic. So I'm sorry. If you want to join my community, you must be ready to execute. I'm not going to tell you that, oh, if you come, you will get automatic jobs. That's a lie from the pit of hell. I'm not doing that. So to everybody on this program, we're going to give you a discount because we understand that, you guys are graduates or you're just about starting your journey. The program is usually 50,000, but we're going to give you a 30,000 naira. And it starts
Yeah.
August 3rd, right?
Oh my
So at
God.
30,000, you are getting a whole lot. I promise you. I don't like to blow my trumpet, but just go to the ATC Professional Academy on Google and check for reviews, and also follow the academy on Instagram and just see things for yourself. Also, you can watch my free classes. I have free live videos on how to find your ideal clients. Watch all of them. And if you are good with my style of teaching and everything, you're comfortable, then you can join the community. It's not about the money for me, but then we have people, we have staff, we pay people. You get, so it can be free. So 30K for you guys. Also, I have a job board, and I've told Rejoice that she will pick 10 people. I don't want to be part of the selection process. She's going to do that, and we're going to give you guys access to the job board for 3 months. These 10 people will give you access to the job board. This is my own little way of helping you. We post different types of jobs there, but only remote jobs. And most of these jobs, 90% of them, you can apply from anywhere in the world. No restrictions. There are some of them that have restrictions, but 90% of them, you can apply from anywhere in this world. And this 3 months plan comes with resume templates, cover letter templates, LinkedIn checklist that would help you, right? This program, this amount is, I think, is over 20K, but we're giving it out to 10 people for free. So when
Oh
she
my
picks, she'll let me know, and then we'll add you to the job board. And basically, this is my own way of helping. So, yeah, I think
Wow.
that's it. Thank you.
Guys, VSY is, I don't know. I am so excited. I got the news. She told me this afternoon, and I was just screaming. I was like, oh my God. For 3 months. I think my friends that were around were asking, is it for 3 weeks or for 3 months? I was like, for 3 months. Do you know what that means? It's a whole lot. Coach Alice, thank you so much. And everyone, anyone that actually goes under your training will definitely, aside from the things you want to teach, the fact that, oh, you actually there to support, the person will have like a mindset shift. The person will be a different person. Because me listening to you, just listening to you like this, like I'm thinking of, oh my God, have I been doing my life? I am so excited. And to be
Thank
very
you.
honest, because Alice, she's like she said, she doesn't like to blow a trumpet, but see, results don't hide, right? It doesn't hide. Just take a stroll to our LinkedIn profile. And for BSY, God was really intentional with every speaker he handpicked. And everybody that is here coming to speak or have spoken are people that actually have this result. They've done the part. They are telling you their stories, their experience. They've done their part, and they have results to actually prove these things. So I would encourage every one of you. Of course, if you want to grow and you want to achieve and make money, it's not free. It never happens by accident. It never happens by luck. You really have to do the work. You have to invest your money, your time, your energy. So I would really encourage you all. Please go check out the academy, check out Coach Alice. Of course, in my community, we're still going to keep talking about it. If you need more information about it, you can also reach out to me as well. I'd encourage you. Investment in your future. Just 20K, 30K sometimes can redirect everything, can be that clarity you need, can actually bring you so much results that you've never imagined. So, guys, I would encourage everyone to sign up. Thank you so much, Coach
Thank
Ali.
you.
This was an amazing section. Thank you. Thank you so much. And you're so beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I wish you success. I wish you success. And this is something that what you're doing is amazing, right? I honestly am happy that you started this. And any way you need my support, I got you. Just reach out. But well done. Well done.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
love
you.
the fact that I answered to the VSI call because I feel like I don't have access to some persons, which is so amazing. Thank you so much, Coach Alice. You're so beautiful and wonderful. Thank you so,
Thank
so
you,
much.
guys. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Bye.
guys, we'll end this section now. Bye. Do have an amazing evening. Okay, we'll end the section now. Any more questions can be directed to the community. And okay, hope everybody can still hear me? I think I'll end the live now. Is this still playing? Don't lie. Okay.
So
no, I've not ended the live. Has it ended? Okay, I don't know what's going on right now. Or let's see. Where did it pause? I don't know why. Please check the YouTube if it's still showing. I'm still trying to see how to end the live because I don't know if it's network or what. It went backward. I'm trying to end. Oh Jesus Christ, what's going on right now? Okay. Everything just ceased. I don't know why. My screen is not moving. I'm trying to end the live. But yeah, we are done. You can log off now. Thank you all for joining today's section. What's going on? Hello. It's hanging. Okay, let me just do the last. Okay, guys, so we are ending the stream right now. So tomorrow is another section for BSY. You want to come. I'm sure that you all have gotten so much value from BSY. I mean, everything from here is free. God, I am amazed. And I know that somebody have gotten something. And I really hope that this BSY really helps you, because we don't just want it to be noise or hype. We want to make sure that it really impacts you. So please run with everything you've gotten today. And if you need to take some necessary next steps by joining some of these academies, Digital Which is there, Coach Alice program, any of them, please plug into all of these opportunities and you'll be grateful you did. Thank you. See you all tomorrow. Before you log off, subscribe. Okay? Thank you. See you tomorrow. Mwah.